We're live. This is
Yo,
crazy. It's been a minute. It's another Sunday's listening sesh, and this is one of the most excited I've been for one of these things. This is Impromptu MC and Tomcat, respectively. Tomcat down there, Impromptu right here. Both guys from
coming
Australia,
up from down under.
and they just put out a new project called Stanky and Clutch. It's a full half and half collab, couple of dope features. But first of all, hey guys, this is the first time that us three have been face to face. So, it's kind of dope, even though
Yeah,
we've gotten to know each other. But yeah, man, you want to get. I don't usually like to do like, hey, meet the guys. It kind of happens throughout the project, but I do want to just do this, and we'll just kind of jump right into it. First of all, you guys did not know each other before Instagram, even though you're both
no.
Australia and rappers and ended up at the same place with us at the Barkeepers. But is that where you guys met?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
well,
so.
I did.
So, my bad. I
Yeah,
should
you
have
go, Tom.
directed that at someone.
I think we might have seen each other on things here and there, because it is it's a big community, but it's a small community at the same time. And I think we're in a slightly niche area of it. So I think we'd seen each other's stuff probably, um, but not really listened properly and recognised each other until the barkeepers community really showed us, hey, we're on the same sort of wavelength here, and we're both here for the bars and the art and things like that.
Yeah, man. Okay, so who's the one who reached out and said we gotta do one together?
I don't know where he is on the screen.
Oh,
That's Pete.
Yeah, I don't.
he's above you. I think, like on the screen. He's above you. So yeah, but
Yeah, it must have been 12 months ago. I did a spitter comp, like an open verse challenge, and then got a fair few people. And Tomcat actually entered that competition.
oh
And yeah, so that's how I really got onto. And then after Barkeepers, I'm like, yeah. So I went and listened to his albums on Spotify, and I'm like, oh, okay, dude makes his own beats as well, and like he's, you know, got does his own mixing, mastering. So I'm like, I don't know, man, but can we have a chat? And he's like, yeah. And I said, do you want to do an album? Like, I just really feel like we could do. I've got beats that I can get, and or we can use yours or whatever. So we discussed all this, and we just settled with Pyrus, a friend. So he did the beats. So yeah, and this is what happened. It took us what, Tomcat, 2 months over Christmas.
Yeah, I think it was about 3 months in total. It was very quick, because like we didn't have an idea as such, but like when we had our first conversation and I got that folder of beats from Pyrus, like straight away it was like, here's here's an album's worth of dope beats. We both agreed, like we had the same taste. Like the shortlist I had of the beats from that folder was almost identical to what Prompt had. And then
uh-huh.
on our first conversation about the album, it was, Impromptu said, "I want this to feel like a classic album," and that was in my head the whole time. You know, when we were curating the beats, everything is, we cut things that were not good enough. We added things, to make the whole thing feel like a piece of art and like an album. And I said that to Prompt. I really, anytime I was being critical, and same with him, I think we were just trying to make it a classic, a full album. So and it went quick because we just were both on that same wavelength. Pyrus was super flexible. Anytime I was like, "Can you send me something?" or "Do you care if I do this to your beat?" He was like, "Whatever." Just like he was on board, and everything just went quickly.
That's
Real
one thing
quick,
I'm
as
the
the Val
most.
would say.
I'm the real quick. Oh, do I have real quick? I don't on this board. Shit. Um. Uh. Yeah, I'm jealous of you guys with the motors that work fast. Like, you know what I mean? I've had faith in my motor, but the fact that you guys could put together a collab project in a couple months is crazy. The other of our friends like Blonjo and stuff who just has ridiculous motors to just like crank out, and quality too. It's you guys are, everything I've heard of you is super quality, blonde Jew, all that. So that's super impressive. And what is your relationship with, I guess whichever one of you guys is closer to him can answer, but your relationship with Pyrus? Is he just a dude from Instagram that you reached out to, or you guys know him? Or
Yeah.
yeah.
So it must have been 3 years ago that I actually decided to get back into this, and I joined a page like This Guy's Beat, and you know how it works. You just open up a conversation.
Yeah.
So he's in Western Australia. Tomcat is in Victoria, so southern end of Australia, but Victoria. I'm in the north end of the east coast, so opposite you guys, and we are so far apart from each other that you couldn't drive it in 20 hours. Like, it's about that for me and Tomcat, and then there's no way to get to Pyrus. So lucky for the internet, you know.
Wow.
So never met these guys in.
Yeah, you guys covered the whole land of Australia with goodness. Okay, so that's Pyrus producing everything. These guys cranked this out in 3 seconds, which is crazy. Well, also, I guess since Tomcat's not on the Twitch, 7X is in the building. Also 7X, also from Australia. Shout out 7X. And then I guess if the chat asks any questions and stuff, I'll try to remember to shoot them out, because I know you don't you're not seeing them.
I'm gonna jump on that. So 7X is in Brisbane, which is, I'm in the Sunshine Coast, so that's north. It's about an hour from, and Nate Z's in the Gold Coast, so he's south from 7X. So we're all around. Us three boys are around, but still haven't met. You know,
Yeah,
too far.
I think the closest connection on the album, the only person that's met in person is Sixpence. He's from Melbourne as well. He did a feature on there, you'll hear later. Other than that, the country is bigger than I think. People in other countries don't understand how big our country is. It is massive. If I travelled to Prompt and we lived in Europe, I would have crossed 8 borders. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a big span. And same with the way we rap too. I don't think a lot of people recognise that if you go to Queensland and then you go to WA, you go to Adelaide, you go to Melbourne, we have a different accent. It's close, but it's different. I remember in one of the barkeepers things, you were talking about Bluey, and Prompt was like, my whole family sounds like Bluey, because it's made in Queensland. That's and we recognise that here. I don't know if everyone else notices it though.
I try, because you guys explained that to me, but I feel like y'all two and 7X and stuff. Yeah, I can't tell the difference. I can tell the difference with our one friend Absalam Dunk. I feel like he has a way different accent than you guys, you know. But also you can tell it's Australia. The funny thing is, probably a lot of people in the States, and as you can hear when I make my poor attempts at trying it, I bet you most people over here think it's all crikey, crocodile, Dundee, that situation, and I don't hear much of that in you guys at all. You guys are this fresh thing to me, and I enjoy it. Who's closest to that? Who's closest to
me? I live 5 minutes from Steve Irwin's Australia Zoo, so it's just down the road.
Oh, legend! So,
yeah, but we can really flex that if you want, but no.
Okay. Shout out Steve Irwin.
Yeah. Shout out Steve Irwin.
Zoo.
Shout out. Yeah.
Bindi Irwin. Yeah. We call it Oka when you have a thick Aussie accent, says 7X.
Oka.
Yeah. All right. Well,
we get a different accent. My wife says I get that Oka accent when I order timber. Anytime I call, I'm doing something really manly, I get more Oka, and that's sort of I think most people in Australia have that same sort of joke. They get a little bit more Oka when they're outside working the tools.
Really?
Yeah, but it also
Just
depends
kicks in.
where you are. We were talking about this the other day with some people. Even an hour from where I live, you go out a little bit further, and we were talking about a relative that you can barely understand what she says sometimes because she has that accent, but also mumbles, which yeah, I don't know how to describe it. I guess you'd call them like I don't know. I don't know how you describe it, but it becomes this real like they don't like this, and they're out in the farm and they're talking about their cattle, and you're like,
Oh,
sorry,
wow. Oh,
and then
yeah.
they have two or three wines, and you're like, what are you talking about? So it varies a lot depending on where you go.
There you go. Simple, simple, stupid Americans. I bet y'all didn't know that there was multiple accents in Australia. We're here for educational purposes, folks. But also we're here to rock the fuck out to Stanky and Clutch. It's available everywhere. It's these two guys, produced by Pyrus, and there's a handful of features that go nuts. There's nothing to it but to do it. The first song is the title track. Let's bump it and see what we want to say about it. Let's see. And I guess for either, I know we already did sound check and stuff like that, but for either of you guys, if you're not hearing the music immediately, just like, oh, I guess you could talk. Just tell me. I don't know why I was saying like make a motion. You could just let me know. But we should be good. Here we go. Stanky and Clutch.
You really think that eating nothing for 40 hours and drinking a whole lot of water is going to make you healthier?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's not just to make me more healthy, it's to maintain my already fantastic physical condition. You ever seen an animal in the wild? You ever seen a fat lion? Huh?
No. Come to
Ash
think
is
of it, I
Clay
never
in
seen
the
a
house.
hippopotamus either.
Stank clutch, yo, so freaky. Baby, that's a must. Stank clutch, yo, so freaky. Baby, that's a must. Stank clutch, yo, so freaky. Baby, that's a must. Stank clutch, yo, so freaky. Baby, that's a must.
The blonde boy from the block, I'm no fuss. I do the bust down on the daily for the crush. Gotta pay me for the rush, oh these ladies so lush. Move round town, Gran Torino so clutch. That's right, yeah, and the man's unique. You ever seen a bad boy in the corduroy and we? You get the backhand side if you out to tweak. We outside late night, better know the streets. Yeah, the big cat from the concrete jungle. Looking at me twice like you really wanna rumble. Get down late night, uptown street fight. Pre-game, eat right, never gonna stumble. That's right. The Bayside savior, better get a burner and a Motorola pager. Have a conversation with your face on the pavement. This is the arraignment, middle name Dangerous, right?
Stank clutch, yo, so freaky. Baby, that's a must.
And so Tomcat got and my wife and we've got features on here. These ladies are real.
Stank clutch, yo, so freaky.
Oh, we gotta talk about that.
Stank clutch, yo,
Full
so
seven, man.
freaky. Baby, that's a must.
Got a big beard, a prick head, fear the click, stand tall with brass balls, can't step near the kid, no
Bronx, I
cap.
think the
But
music's
I
coming
fear
through
this
on your
shit, see clear when you
mic.
hear the
Maybe
click,
turn
but the
the
clear
audio
this
down a
bitch
bit.
dirty. Yes, hear this shit. Pirates, wait till they hear this shit stanky. When I get peer tears and purse lips, when I burst on the burst with the clutch, yeah we did. Drop that, like trying to grip a buttery object. Sorry buddy, you probably soft up, we off tap. Like a pub with the beer's flat, stand clear. Now listen here, this is our year. Facts, who the biggest itty bitty titty committee fan from the hinterland in a minivan pushing a pram. Thank me, crank it, get a hanky, silly wankers, stanky, clutch, stankers.
Stank clutch, yo, so freaky. Baby, that's a must. Stank clutch, yo, so freaky. Baby, that's a must. Stank
I can't
clutch,
believe you
yo,
guys.
so freaky. Baby, that's a must. Stank clutch, yo, so freaky. Baby, that's a must.
That's how to kick off an album, folks. Title track, and it lets you know exactly what the fuck this about to be, man. That energy is sick. It's a great depiction of like kind of what you two are, you know, also as MCs and shit. It's so about it. 7X said, I feel like roller skating when I hear this. For the record, I don't roller skate, just saying. Ash is Clay in the house. This feel good hip hop at its finest. Yeah, I think that it really portrayed that right off the rip, guys. Like, holy shit. Now, I guess this is kind of a common thing, but who kicked this thing off? Like who, that's Tomcat? You know what I'm talking about? Like who comes up with the song and is like, hey man, I got this song.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I can't remember, but I think that's what happened. Like, yeah, because I recorded it all as me. It was just me doing all those bits, and I said to him, I said, layer it. I said, get your wife to do this bit, and I got my wife to do it, and then we did it, and it wasn't big enough. And I said, I've got someone else. So shout out Kelly, a friend of mine, Kelly. She came through, and I said, I need you to do this take. I said, I need you to just say it. And she's a good singer. But I said, I want you to say it like it's a question, and nailed it. And so that's all of them combined, layered up, and yeah. So shout out to our wives and Kelly for doing that. Because I could, and it came out exactly how I envisioned in my head. Because it sounded ridiculous when it was just me saying it, but I knew, P could see the vision as well, and we all came together and made it really cool. And I wanted it to be a intro. You know what I mean? I was thinking about Shaft. You know what I mean? As in the movie. and I was like, I wanted to feel like an intro to a movie that is about these two characters, and that's what it was. And I think our verses sort of. Because the album is, we were talking about this the other day. The album is it's a balance of our characters and us just as people. But I think this really introduced us as the characters, Stanky and Clutch.
Hell yes, yes. Now, did you guys have to do any? First of all, anyone listening, if you ever need a feature that doesn't have to be a pro ass singer or whatever. Use your family and use your friends, please. Like that, like it's so much cooler, no matter what. Like I've seen people hire in people just to kind of do a part like that, just like pulling a stranger because it's like some, an artist or something. It's like use your wife, use your friends. You know what I mean? It makes it that much warmer, even and to know that now. That's fucking awesome, man. Any pushback? Is there?
If you want.
Oh, what happened?
Especially if you want it to sound really organic. I've found that if you want to sound, and I've got other tracks like that where I want someone to be asking a question or to be calling me out. And I've had my wife on other tracks before because I don't want it to sound like a rapper. I don't want it to be perfectly timed or have a cadence to it. I want it to sound like a human being asking me a question. So sometimes I don't even put the song on. Here's a microphone. Can you just ask me these words?
Yeah.
And then you slap it in there, and it sounds dope.
I love it, man. I love it. It does. It makes it realer. Like on that track, that feels like your squad, like you can tell that they're part of your squad and all of that, man. It's perfect. One last thing for title track. I always kind of like to ask, are these songs kind of sequentially? Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, was Stanky and Clutch the first song that you guys cooked together, or did it just happen to make its way? Go ahead, Prompt.
I can't remember.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't specifically like, this is the Stanky and Clutch, this is an awesome song, and then it like trickled into. No, not necessarily.
Was it Tomcat? Was it the first one, Tomcat?
No. Go Deep was the first song because I didn't know. I think I wrote that before we really had clasped the idea of it being a Stanky and Clutch album. We hadn't built the characters yet.
Yeah.
We just had the songs, and Prompt sort of said, here's the beats, let's do something, and I heard this song and was driving around while I was listening to the beats, and I just came up with that song. Go Deep just came to me, and I wrote it and did it and sent it to him. And then we had another conversation, and he was like, yeah, this is wicked, and he did his bit. And I think after that, we more developed the characters.
Okay.
At the same time, we could have gone back and changed it because we then got the theme, but I felt like Go Deep fit with the characters of these, we've got this like '70s PI characters. You know what I mean? They're hardened, tough guys with this swagger. And Go Deep is about masculinity getting in the way of being able to communicate your feelings. And I was like, that fits. You know what I mean? In its own way. You know what I mean? It's that moment where there's you're watching that crime movie, and then he has that emotional scene with his wife because he's too addicted to the life and he can't fucking communicate things. And so I was like, it fits the characters still, even though it was written before we sort of developed the idea.
Oh yeah, man, that is perfect. I love how that comes together. Mitch is in the house. Mr. Wonderground says great album.
Oh, Mitch.
I think Mitch just played the whole album the other day, didn't he? I don't know. Did he do all of them? Yeah. Thanks, Mitch. Thanks for stepping on our fucking listening sesh, dick. I'm just
You gotta get up earlier.
No. They there should be 5 more listening sessions. These guys deserve it.
See what my wife just brought me? She brought me a shoey. See?
Shut up! What?
That's a double ristretto.
Oh, shit.
Because you know that he mellowed.
Oh, well, I also have coffee, and I could pour it in a real shoe. But I also have a beer. I could throw it in a shoe. I think we're chilling. Yeah, it's like 10 a.m. for them, guys, or 11 a.m. now for them, and it's even early for me to be drinking. It's like 4:45 over here. Okay. All right. Well, let's skip along. Yeah, I just wanted to get some of that foundation established. Praise mode in the house.
And I'm activated. Station turn up. I remember.
Why does that I remember part still go? Anyways, fuck it. Boss man. Let's bump it and then see where we're going with that.
What's the most expensive food?
Let me see. Monkey brains, chicken tongue, bear liver, also a soup made of the 100 finest fishes.
Yeah, we paid the cost. Never come around trying to play the boss. Yeah, we paid the cost. Never come around trying to play the boss. Yeah, we paid the cost. Never come around trying to play the boss. Yeah, we paid the cost. Never come around trying to play the boss.
Yeah, what the funk's up, punk? Shut the trunk, I'm driving off. Patiently waiting to blow, not rushing, Gorbachev. Stop, pause on the spot, holla. I obliterate bars like Molotov, like a solid god. No whackers, whole weight like chuckers, you dumb mother. What? Thinking I'm not coming for ya? Like a Mormon on your porch, shut your front door. Good news, I'ma get abusive on your students, want more? Yep, you big sook, look, I'm the big chook book. Come through my spot, meet my blue dog. I'ma proceed to let my pen bleed and keep defending real lyrics and real MCs with bars and beats complimenting. Y'all suck human centipeding. My 2 kids still call me daddy, while my chick looks snazzy, blonde hair, Halle Berry, I'm happy.
Yeah, we paid the cost. Never come around trying to play the boss. Yeah, we paid the cost. Never come around trying to play the boss. Yeah, we paid the cost. Never come around trying to play the boss. Yeah, we paid the cost. Never come around trying to play the boss.
I never faked the funk, and this pair is more iconic than in Panda Dunks. I pushed the button down south like some Reebok pumps. You know I like it when I spank the trunk. That's right. I show the ops where the door is. I can be a dick, tell a cop what the law is. I'ma need another cup of sake with the swordfish. Drop top living, and I ain't talking Porsches. Damn. Don't be stepping on my property, nobody here is stopping me. I'm building a monopoly, I don't want poverty. I don't do comedy, you see the red dot? Headshot properly. Right. Let me do the James Brown, check the footwork, elevating you to high ground. Rock a chain mesh vest, Papa take no mess. Just the big payback, show you how we get down. That's right.
Yeah, we paid the cost. Never come around trying to play the boss.
This is too groovy, bro.
Yeah, we paid the cost. Never come around trying to play the boss. Yeah, we paid the cost. Never come around trying to play the boss. Yeah, we paid the cost. Never come around trying to play the boss.
This is...
Yeah, that harmonicas.
You said harmonicas?
Yeah. And that's not anyone playing it, but like me and Prompt went crazy on that sample when he sent it to us.
It's sick. It's necessary in that play. God, bro, this beat selection alone off of just 2 songs, you guys win. I don't think people understand how important that shit is. I mean, it just really encompasses the color and energy of this whole of what, you know, this thing is that you guys are trying to portray, and it's just brilliant. And your guys' voices, you know, both work extremely well together, but also have a good contrast, you know, and 2 distinct character. Like, this is insanity, bro. You know, and it's like song making too. You know, we hear you guys on Barkeepers every week, and you know, just like getting bars out to random beats that we throw at you, but like, you guys also have something special when it comes to song making, and we know that not everybody can make the song, no matter how much they can rap, you know, and you guys are managing to rap and keep it exactly as groovy as it needs to be and all that. What's up with them vocals in the background? Is that y'all, or was that part of the sample? There's like ad-libby, like singing. I think mainly I heard it behind Tomcat. Is that part? That might have been part of the sample. Unless one of you guys was doing some singing back there.
It might have been the sample.
Oh, okay. It's just like humming. It's like humming or something, but yeah.
No, that must be the sample. Unless it was from your camera's feedbacking a little bit when the song's playing. I see a little screen go green, like the music's coming through. I don't know. It's only when the music's on, bro.
Fix it for me then.
Prismo said he was singing. I mean, I thought it was like impromptu back there wailing away while you were rapping, but I guess if that's not what y'all did, then it's not what y'all did. But
this is my wife's laptop. I have no I'd really deal with it.
Is it? Are you hearing like an echo or something, Tomcat? I'm not like hearing it. Sometimes I'll hear people's like speakers, you know, blasting back through and fucking, but I can't really hear shit.
Nah, I don't know what it was. Anyway.
It must have sounded good anyway.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Chat also let us know if anything's weird with the audios, but I think we're gravy. I think we're good. Yeah, sick, man. This is a fun time. This is a lesson in making like a piece, making, you know, a cohesive piece, and with some dude that you've never officially even met. Let's go, bro. This shit is beautiful. This one is called All Day, All Night. We did play this on... I think we played this on my show. I can't even remember last Sunday anymore. Yeah. We played this on Sunday. But, so some of us got to hear it. The rest of you get to hear it now. And this is featuring Devour from the United States. Devour is... I've known him for a few years, 4 years now or whatever, and he is an absolute monster. I guess we could talk about it after here. Let's hear All Day, All Night.
Grown man talk, I ain't got time to play. I got a billion things to do, you best get out my way. I'm fast lane living, people say I'm mad driven. Maybe I'm just built different, get it any given day. I break away from the flock and you can like it or not. Some people knocking on the door, but I'll be picking the lock. And if this blood is still hot, then tell me why would I stop? It's one life on this rock, planet rock. I'm feeling nice, sit here with my sticky rice. Every now and then you roll the dice, that's some good advice. Where's the flavor in my life if I forget the spice? Make sure when you young, you get them white satin nights. Step right, 2 feet, I'm in the mood, my mind roll deep. We like to fuse, whether win or lose. And if we're playing for keeps, I might spin the rules. I peace out, macchiato with the gabagool. Right.
Macchiato with the gabagool.
I make the most every day of my life. Cause losing ain't an option, right? We all day and all night. Cause losing ain't an option, right? I make the most every day of my life. Cause losing ain't an option, right? We all day and all night. Grown man talk, but I ain't time to chat. Got the family depend on me to fight back. Not with spike bats, but with the spine that's intact. Protect them like Pine Gap. Making plans on paper, you're not faking, we call them mind maps. The bay like that. Remember writing your love letters, hoping you write back. It's like that, that's the way it was. Rapping over soul beats like they're paying us. No more time for playing up, we dads now. Shit, I died for my baby son and my daughter. Respect, check, better get it in order. I can tell you how it ends, but nobody checking the spoilers. Give me a double ristretto, you know that I'm mellow. The type of fellow that holds a grudge and never let go. But I get nothing but love from my family, and losing, well, that just ain't it, ain't an right. I make the most every day of my life, cause losing ain't an option, right? We all day and all night, cause losing ain't an option, right? I make the most every day of my life, cause losing ain't an option, right? We all day.
Someday on a Sash day now,
I work
bro.
at night, but I'm up during the day. Kicking
Oh,
these
what
bitch
happened?
asses, flipping ad-libs, flipping the J. Planning at my future, my star looking super. Nova fucker ceiling, I'm propelling to the solar. Systems broke down to hit them more ground, to tip into blow. Like transitions with dope, transmissions from home. The fans listen, they know it's all passion with every flow that is written. I see my children in the crowd and they're fucking proud to see that where that's dad doing shit that he loves. From some shifty clubs to these big stages, I always give 100 cause I love it, ain't no change. And my blood is in this music, so I use it as a painting. Perfectly shaded, I hang it, it's amazing. I gotta make it, if not for me then all my babies, my lady, my fam, goddamn homie, let's take it home.
Cause losing ain't an option, right? I make the most every day of my life, cause losing ain't an option, right? We all day and all night, cause losing ain't an option, right? I make the most every day of my
I'm getting
life,
some lag there, Sunday.
cause losing ain't an option, right?
Did you guys get that as well?
Sorry?
Dee's verse was all laggy then, man, on my end, or is that me?
I was hearing it. Prom, did it get weird? You're muted. I think you're muted, Prom.
Now he's muted.
Is your little
Now
mic?
he's not.
Yeah, I just turned my mic off, so
Okay.
in case there was feedback from me.
Did Devour sound weird on yours? It sounded fine through mine.
Yeah, it was pretty good. There was a couple of glitches, so I thought it might have been my thing, so I turned my mic off. So.
Oh, okay. Hash's Clay said it played for him. Mitch said
cool.
Devour killed that verse. One of my favorites on the album, he says. Yeah. I'll just...
It's got to be a favorite of mine.
Yeah, 100.
I mean, knowing Devour and like when we did that track, we had we thought we'd finished it, and it just felt like it needed something else. And I mean, I've done a few tracks with Devour. We did a couple of really violent tracks.
Oh, was this shit called track. Bleed or some shit?
Yeah. Like we just a bit of fun. But I mean, Devour's so versatile. Like all his music is like he's a true artist, that dude. And you ask for a verse and he sent it back in a few days, and it's like that. You know what I mean? So when he says that stuff about I see my children in the crowd and they're proud of their weird ass dad, and
yes,
like, yes, that's it. Man, I love that dude, and yeah, he just made that track just perfect. So big up to the man. So good.
Big up Devour, but also big up you guys for going, this song could use something else, and having the fucking wherewithal or whatever to think of Devour. And everything you said is true. He's an amazing artist, and I know how versatile he is and stuff, but I would say 99 out of 100 people hearing that song would not think of Devour. And just like that kind of decision making is huge, because you knew what he could do. We're not used to hearing that Devour, though. You know what I mean? Like we're used to kind of more of the Bleed Devour, and so like.
We love that Devour too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But he does this proper, man. That shit was so crazy. Holy shit, man. What do you call it? Did he try to do anything? I always imagine, like, when I hear him do a regular verse, I imagine it's the third take, because the first two I could just imagine him sending some crazy shit with screaming and stuff in there. But Nah, he kept it. He kept
Yeah,
it.
I've got another track I'm sitting on with Devour, and it's very much like that. So
Yeah. I just mixed something of his, which I guess I probably can't talk about, but yeah, there's some other new Devour coming too that's sounding great, but it's more of the craziness. So I mean, I love hearing this. I love hearing artists that we're kind of used to in one way and hearing them just go go nice. I asked on Solu for a singing hook on my album. I didn't even get rap bars on this, like I like stuff like that. So dope,
Well, speaking of singing hooks, I mean, Comptolo, I'm singing on that awesome track. Yeah, and I've heard that finished, and it is ridiculous. And to think that I'm singing a hook, that's how I feature on the track, like mind blowing.
Yes, I love stuff like that though, man. Yeah, shout out Comptolo from Arizona.
Shout out Comptolo. I mean, I got a track. I got some music coming with Comptolo very soon. So yeah, he's a legend.
Yes.
And Tomcat, I mean, now's we've got things coming up. So
what, y'all got something to plug, or is it still unpluggable for now?
Not? It's Stanky and Clutch 2 is in the works, and we ain't mucking around this time. I mean, bro.
Yo, more of the Pyrus soundscape too.
This time we've taken another turn, and you might know him better as the Monk.
Aha.
And he might be a master.
A sample master.
That's all we might say. Yeah. So we'll see how that won't take too long, but keep an eye out.
Sick, man. Sick.
And shout out Barkeepers, man. This is where we
about Barkeep.
I think this is where we discovered Devour, and put him on all day, and that's where we discovered Monk or Jerome, and it's become it's such a great community, and we feel a part of it. So thank you for that, and
man,
and it brings people together, and like you say, it brings people. We both consider ourselves quite unique MCs, and there's a lot of unique MCs on here, and it's a great place. I think we would struggle to find the necessary features locally. And we've all been doing this a long time. We remember when you met people at a gig.
Yeah.
You didn't have social media. You just met a dude at a gig. You saw him rap. Maybe he was just rapping outside on the street after the gig, and you went, that's fire, man. And you end up working together. What a great platform that we can see each other in a competitive space, like showing off our skill set. And then you go and listen to their albums. You know what I mean? Like P was saying, like Devour. And that's what I did before we put D on there. I went and listened to like his songs and went, this is the guy.
Yes.
And because like you say, doing songs and doing raps are different things. I was just listening to Solo, as in his album Solo. That track he's got with Blonju on there is something about a 9. I can't remember what it's called. And I was like, this is fire, because that was like the balance of them both being unreal MCs and making it a song. And everyone in this platform is very good at their craft, and it brings people together. And we both have been speaking with Jerome because he's an amazing beat maker, and we went, this is, I don't know what Prompt's working on specifically, but I've got a solo album that I'm working on. I've got 2 Monk tracks on there already, and he sent me another beat. He's like, I think you'll like this one, and I was like, P, we gotta talk, because this is a Stanky and Clutch beat. This is not a Tomcat beat. This is a Stanky and Clutch beat. So that's what sparked it.
Wait to hear that shit.
Excited. Shout out Jerome Duffy. So we'll just highlight like these decisions and stuff that they're talking about and choices that they're making. He literally was like, this isn't a Tomcat beat. This has got to be a Stanky and Clutch beat. Like all of this, like again, it's just, it's so important. And I think so many rappers, no matter how talented, just go through beat packs. They're like, that beat, those beats sound cool. They put them together and they put verses on them, and that's about the thought that goes into it, you know. And so, guys, there's more to it. You guys see that these guys are, you know, they've made an entire just sound atmosphere and characterism and imagery. Like it's insane, man. And I guess we will interlude it real quick. That's up next, right? Yeah.
You want to put the people
You
through
have
this?
100.
Oh, sorry. What'd you say?
You want to put people through this? We're talking Oka. Here we go.
Oh, Oka. Oh, was that? I don't think we were on the. Oh yeah, we were on the show because 7X was in the chat. I was gonna say I don't think we were on the show when we talked about that, but we definitely were. Okay, here we go. Let's check out Tomcat and his Oka.
Message. First unheard message sent yesterday at 7:15 p.m.
Ah, what up, man? You're sick, bro. You're like the sickest rapper. Why have you got no followers, man? Like, man, I've been rapping for like, you know, I just picked it up and I just thought, I've been making beats, you know. I could hook you up, bro. Like, if you want, I got my mate's sister's cousin's got a studio, bro, and I'm pretty sure Chillin' It and Eminem made a few tracks there together, man. So if you want, I'll record a sick verse. I can just send you like the MP3 on my phone, and then it'll be sick, bro. We've got to bang it. Anyway, prompt, bro. Hit me back.
End of message. To delete this message, press 7. Message deleted.
We'll just go and do it. Kind of catch the flow.
I've waited for this for many years. You should know I'm not the sort of man who gives up easily.
We've been around since old beats at the record store up on Isaac, and Burn City had a different kind of mindset. Right. Doing shows with the funky side projects, looking up the greats, working hard to be in line next. That's right. Black fans, red rhino in the baggy pants. You ever seen a rap show with the break dance? Had to show the watch off with the flex stance. We be coming next, yeah, you know we've been around since.
Lazy Grey amazing, mate, I'm suited to rhyme. We are rockin' horse records on the kombucha line. Since 98 I dropped straight mixtapes, and my first solo album got me some radio play. I thought I made it, mate. RHF, 100 styles, we running it. Support a muffled platonic, listen, SOs, bias B's. Hope you're signing me, get the hint? No hope, but yo, you know we've been around since.
The compact disc MPC. I know the drums slack hard like the Big Mundine. You know the Death Wish cars with the MVP. And everybody had the Kango like DMC. That's right. The 4 a.m. dancing on with Pac Diesel. And every single brick up in the city was an easel. Yeah. Less rock on the street, but more needles. Peace to the survivors, you know we've been around since.
Cassette tapes in abundance, two Technics 1200s. A DJ get a turntable about to function. Reebok pumps, Puma disc, get your hottie flushes. Dunks by Jordan and one hit Tyson punches. 2 a.m. rage TV marathons, up all night hitting record, picking the best ones. If you round me and my Walkman, you know what time it is. Google Belly prompt, Tomcat, been around since.
We've been around since. We've been around since.
Yeah. Holy shit, man. I wish I didn't pause it. I like when the interlude flows right into, into the song. Holy shit. Yo, and also talking to my US people, even though I think we'll have a lot of Aussie friends watching this as well, but I know that a lot of US guys feel this like disconnect if they heard about some Australian hip hop head, you know what I mean? But this is proof, guys, like they're the same fucking people as us. Like that to be talking about how you came up in things like Walkman and fucking 98, your first mixtape, and then whatever, like it's the same shit, guys. We're just fucking hip hop heads, and we live the same shit. They had Walkman out there, and fucking you know what I mean? And What was that? In '98 was your first mixtape. I hadn't had anything out in '98, but I was going over to the homie's house and recording beats on ADAT tapes, which is even fucking dustier than compact discs. But yeah, man, that shit. It's such a cool look into like who you guys are, like this whole project is. But you know, like you guys are really good at doing that part too, while also keeping it artistic and keeping it in theme and stuff. You know, it's this shit is magical, man.
Yeah,
Also,
we just felt like we need one of those go back to the day songs. You know, it just felt right. And on the end there, we've got Dukaweli. He's a good friend of mine. He's been a DJ, like we're talking battle DJ from the late '80s. Dude's he's a fair bit older than me, but I mean, you know, behind your back stuff and all this, and that's New Zealand. So he's got a huge following of that. He grew up with rappers like Scribe, and there's Chefu. These are dudes out of NZ that are big time. So like he lives around the corner, and we make music together, and that's him just cutting it up on the end of the record just because he's a legend.
Clearly, there's a difference. Some people just throw scratches to throw scratches, but that was so intentional and so skillful and crispy, man. That shit was so sick, bro. Holy moly. And shout out Tomcat with the lead-in interlude. It's a lot. I think that's also a little bit of a lost art too, like the fun interludes and shit.
That was Prompt on that.
Oh, that was Prompt. I thought you were doing Prompt. That was all you.
No. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's me being a dickhead.
Yo.
No, that's impromptu talking about dickheads. That's what that is.
Yeah. I thought it was
just
you
trying to
doing.
Two people.
I love that shit though. That's a lost part of like listening to like an entirety of an album, that, you know, that whole process too, like with just kind of the fun interludes and shit. A lot of our classic growing up albums had those. I don't hear that shit often anymore, so I
think that came from Prompt saying, I want it to feel like a classic. Like our classic albums that we listen to have these funny interludes.
Yeah.
So Sunday this next track,
go
Memento,
ahead.
Tomcat, you should let him know how this works. I think it'd be worth just lining it up and explaining how all that happened. This is a good track.
What's the next track? I can't see it on my screen.
Memento.
Oh, okay. Just before we get into it, shout out to all the Oz artists that we mentioned in Been Around Since, because a lot of people probably don't know them. And for me, like the side projects, they're massive in Melbourne, and probably not that well known over there. But they're amazing, very funky, very old school boom bap, and they were very, very supportive and kind to me when I was coming up, and I was trying to do things. They were always like, "Yeah, let's do it." You know,
Nice.
They were doing shows with me that were probably very small for them, but they were like, "Yeah, let's do it." And Ill Response in particular, shout out him. Shout out Death Wish Cast. You know, I mentioned them on there. Again, I don't know if they ever broke the border, but Death Wish Cast are like old school Aussie, like they're royalty around here. And Pac Diesel, I used to work in a factory of Pac Diesel. Sorry?
You mentioned Obese Records, which, you know, basically birthed the, you know, Hilltop Hoods and, you know, artists like that might have gone a bit more mainstream. Lazy Grey.
That was Yep. So we had two major record companies here. There were two hip-hop record companies. There was Elephant Tracks and Obese. And Obese was Melbourne. And they had a record store. And I took my first album in there and put it on their counter, and I just said, I don't even want money for it. I lived like an hour away. I said, they're here. When heads come in, just give them the album. I just want my name out there.
Hell yeah.
And it was a hub, and we don't have that anymore. So that's why I mentioned that. There's a lot of lot of history in both of our verses there. So shout out to both of our cities and where we come from, and all the hip hop heads that have been doing it and are still doing it. Anyway, I'll get into Memento. Memento is a story told backwards. So when I say my 4, my 8, I'm talking linearly, but that's the end of the story. And then Prompt does his end of his story, and then we go back in time. And then at the interlude, that's the start of the story, and then our feature Sixpence comes in and tells the underlying deceptions, the weaving of fabrics that caused the story of me and Prompt in the story. So it goes backwards in time and then forwards, and it uncovers all the deceptions that were done.
So it starts with a death. Starts with a death. The bang, the gunshot is a death. Yeah.
Yep, and you'll hear the tape rewinds. That's the tape going backwards in time. So it's
obviously based off that movie Memento, which is a dope movie.
It's a sick movie.
Yeah, Tomcat's idea, and it just the way we did this was through text message. We were, back and forth, just writing as we go in the same moment, and it just flowed, didn't it, Tomcat? And then it took a little bit, and we knowing that we needed a summary with Sixpence at the end, and man, I mean, shit, like he just killed it.
He added layers to the story that I didn't prompt him to make. He just added new layers because he listened to our story and really went, okay, I see what I as a character have done here to create.
He would have had to write things down and get it, mind mapping it,
like
and
organize it properly.
Yeah. So it's a gift that keeps giving, this song. Like the more you listen to it, the more it just this is sick. Yeah. So.
And for those that criticize, I've had people say, Memento didn't go backwards in time, but it's not about that. It's about discovering, in the movie, he's discovering things about his past as he's going through time. And that's more the connection there. It's, as Prompt said, the more you listen to it, the more you discover these betrayals and anyway, we'll let you put it on.
It's sick. Yeah.
You guys hear this shit? People watching live Orbit, this is next level, just effort put into clearly what becomes a classic fucking album. Let's hear Memento. Oh, what up, Dreadful Operator in the room? What up, Dread? Okay, let's check it out. Memento.
I was wrong to put that cold steel to your forehead. We used to be blood brothers. What drove you to steal from the deal bag? That hole in pie disjointed, no turning back, now it's pointed. Second guessing how'd I find you when you were trying to be avoided.
Hey, yo, there's rules to this shit. You pull that thing on me, you better squeeze. I got boys in the shadows ready to make you bleed, and I ain't still a thing. But I did kidnap your bitch. I used her to draw you into this setup. On a tip, some counterfeit.
Where the fuck is my girl? You went and took it too far now. Maybe it's retaliation for the interrogations and beatdowns. You think you could run and hide with my money and I wouldn't find out? Your boy 6 went and snitched, told me where you're laying your head down.
Two of my best men kidnapped, fast, choked and rinsed over. You think I wouldn't notice that money from the business was moving slower? I told 6 it's a hit, go and visit this prick. Mixing pleasure with business, got his missus skimming the tip, I know it.
Who these 2 crooked motherfuckers lurking around my girl's place? Took them back to the warehouse, gonna hang them up and interrogate. Gonna find your whereabouts, but dog, if you was struggling, I wish you just told me about it. You could've had the whole case for nothing.
I'ma lay low in a place you don't know until the smoke clears. Gotta protect this cash, it's a nest egg for next year. 6 assisted, I stay persistent and put pressure on your missus. Says he has proof you knew she was in them bags dipping.
I'm down at the stash spot, checking the bag from last night. I checked it twice and it's light. I know you never let it out of your sight. I saw my girl put the bag in the back of your car right after the deal. Tension's been high, but I never thought you'd knife me in the back for real.
Something felt wrong at the spot. You know my intuition never off, so I stopped round the block, checked the duffel, the bag light. What's going on here? Yeah.
Woody?
something just not right.
Yeah, my girl's gonna throw the bag in the back of the car, right?
No worries, Six is out the back with it now, so I'm gonna head back soon, alright?
Sweet, I'm gonna head home, but I'll pop by the stash in the morning.
Okay, cool.
We all good?
Yeah, we good, bro. Take care.
You know the plan was perfect. I'm not a vermin, just a henchman sick of serving. Think it's time to pass the judge's verdict. These punks that think they're tough and dominate through intellect, starting playing snakes and ladders, sitting at the game of chess. Ash collect the cash and dump the bag inside the boot. I dipped in it, extract the grain wash and sucking on the Whitney Blues. God, when Prop found out he burgundied in seething rage, I told the motherfucker I saw Tommy's girl deceiving grace. So I played the humble servant, followed orders, this and that. Ran up to the crib, kidnapping Ash, all part of the Six's plan. Fed the fire, broken trust to prompt to amplify emotions. Recommended he should call to me, Tom, just to finally smoke. Thus presents the perfect opportunity to execute the perfect plan. Double execution of these fickle men. I pulled up just to find these snakes entangled in their wicked lock. I popped them in the head and grabbed the cash to end the treason.
I was wrong.
Was I wrong?
Jesus. That's sixpence on the feet. What a crazy situation. You know, I hadn't listened to all of these all the way through, but I'd listened to this song and I thought it sounded dope. I didn't catch any of that. Like, you know, that formation, so it's way cooler to listen to it having gotten that little the little intro from you guys, man. Holy shit. Praise Mode says they like they doing love hip hop movie your painting these pictures good. I think he's just saying it sounds like a movie. Doing a hip hop soundtrack, painting these pictures really good. Oh, that's what he meant. Yeah. It sounds like a soundtrack to its own movie for real, and there's no visual, and it still feels like a movie. Well, there is a visual. What song did you? Sorry, I don't have the YouTube framed up for it, but yeah. There is a video out for that you guys can check out. It's very captivating. It looks dope. Praise Mode said, oh no. Praise Mode said, yeah, I got stroke fingers, homie. Hope you can tell what I'm saying. Damn, Praise Mode.
And I'm activated. Station
I didn't mean to make fun of his typos. I forgot you got stroke fingers, bro. Damn. And also, stroke fingers.
Yes, this is the Pause Police responding to a complaint.
I don't know if you guys were able to hear Elo, but oh no, Pause Police isn't coming up on the screen. There we go. Shit. All right, cool. Anyway, I don't know if they do pause in Australia, huh?
Yeah, we do it.
Oh, they
We
don't.
do now.
They know. Okay, cool. They're like, why the hell did he just put pause on the screen? I believe I can hear the Aussie in him. Yes. Sixpence is Australia.
Sixpence,
okay, cool.
He's like an hour from me. He's the only person on the album that I've met in person.
Yeah.
And he's people should be paying attention to him. He's one of the best in Oz right now, and I mean that. He's very, very talented lyrically. Very, You have to listen to him. You have to sit down and listen to what this man says. It's complicated, intelligent rap. Real art.
SIXPENCE_AUS on Instagram. Be sure to give him a follow, man. I'm like trying to keep track. I'm gonna have to run back and catch all those names you guys said and been what is it been around the other track, because it's like also for folks who's listening to this project and who's like, these guys are groovy as shit and they haven't missed yet. Like, I think it's worth going back and listening to some of this shit you guys mentioned from Australia that we're not familiar with at all, and be like, this is, you know, the cloth that these guys are cut from, and I'm excited to check all that stuff out. And Sixpence, for sure. 3210?
Yeah. The best phone ever invented. Best cell phone ever invented.
The Nokia?
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Unbreakable. Unbreakable.
Yes, it was a brick. Oh, shit.
There are some phone references in there. We actually had a discussion halfway through this track. I said to Prompt, because we wrote it, and I said, this, like, on one hand, like, it sounded a little bit like a parody song, a little bit comical because we're referencing a phone, but then our lyrics were really heartfelt, and I was like, I feel like we either need to go one way or the other. We need to, like, have a stack of phone references and make it funny, or we need to make it a sincere love song. And I think we lent into the phone theme, and then the title's actually a reference to Boys to Men. That's like, it's written like that
with the Roman numeral too.
That's yeah.
These fucking guys, you guys are insane. I had that blue Boys to Men cover cassette tape.
Yeah.
Like, I think it just had the 2 on it, right?
Another one. That was good. You got to respect your history, right?
All of this feels exactly everything you guys have talked about, obviously, besides, like, specific Australian artists and shit. It all feels like me. Like, that's wild that I can feel so much relatability with literally everything that you guys are talking, all the way down to the fucking Boys to Men reference. That's crazy.
Yeah. We love this shit too, man. We love it. We live for it. Like, this is, I mean, for me, this is not about any type of money. This is about a need to do this, because if I don't, I can't be sane. You know, my wife, my kids don't want to live with someone that's not sane.
Like, go crank out some more rap songs.
They're happy with me doing that.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Oh shit, Spotted Guardian is in the building. Guardian, we miss you, bro. It's good to see you.
Yeah, where you been, bro?
Yeah,
come back next week
for sure, man. Yeah. The place is not the same.
Oh, Tomcat, yeah.
I think with the topics we picked as well, often you hear people say, oh, once you hit a certain age, like, your rap becomes irrelevant. The problem, I think, is that rappers don't know how to rap their age. You either get, we shouldn't be rapping about things trying to rap like 20-year-olds, because we don't know, you know what I mean? We don't have we still go out to gigs and stuff like that, but we don't have our feet on the street. We don't know, you know, what's popping there. But we do know our history better than someone in their 20s do. We do understand what's happening for us as adults, as dads, people. It's for people our age through it, and there's topics in there that you know, this is a love song, but
Damn, did he freeze for you?
You've got to be a bit older to understand are old, and that's not us being out of date. That's us saying, well, what's that?
Hey, did he happen to freeze for you, Prompt? Damn, right when you were saying some important shit, I think your thing kind of cut out, Tomcat. Or damn, is he frozen? Oh no, he's not.
Am I frozen?
You froze a couple times during that. Yeah, like I think, but yeah, but yeah, we get it, and I agree so much with that, because no matter what, you can reminisce about when you were in your 20s, but you can't talk about 20s shit at a certain age. We don't know what happens there. I don't know what happens in the club anymore. The thought of the club makes me want to shit myself. Like, like, once upon a time it was like dress up and go spend $50 cover charge to go like hang out with pretty people, you know, and it's like that shit make me sick thinking about it. But I used to write about shit like that. Can't talk about it anymore. Also, someone in their 20s just don't get to have like 10 plus years of adult hip hop or musical influence, period, you know? And so, like, yeah, if we don't embrace that and use that as us, like, that's one of the biggest things we have is the time. you know, on someone else who's younger. And so, yeah, I think it's so important for us to speak on the more history that we have than you know, a younger demographic, but also, yeah, being able to relay the experience instead of trying to be that, you know. And it's so, and I think you guys are
But
doing this flawlessly.
I think as MCs, we've got shit to say because it's just it's how you live. Like, so, I mean, Will Smith's album just dropped like over the weekend, which I was really excited about, and I don't want to, ruin it for anybody or any listens, but I did feel like he was, you know, trying to be too new. And
I didn't.
To me, it didn't feel like it worked. Yeah, so that's where we've got stuff to say. We're dads now. There's still interesting things to talk about. Still things that happen in the world, but like, and with Barkeepers, I feel like as a family, like we've all got a standard. I listen to a lot of different music, but there's a good standard there that we know what is good, like is a good thing to say versus, oh, that doesn't really work, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it raises the level, and now we're producing better. Like, I'm excited to see what music I'm be doing in 10 years.
Yeah.
Man, come on, like there's no hip hop's. It's bad that there's like a time, like a, you know, like an age, like Mick Jagger's was, you know, they're still out there doing this shit. I plan on being an old man doing this shit.
Yeah. Hip hop's definitely one of the only genres that treats old people like assholes. You know, when like it's so wild. You know, there's a resurgence right now of not only like old bands from like the 90s and stuff. So these guys are like 50 and ish and stuff, but there's like all these punk bands and shit that are coming back and playing right now. No one's talking about them being 50-year-olds. Everyone's just excited that these guys are back around. And then I know about this other band that just started that like a few months ago, and they're all of that about age too. No one gives a fuck about their age. They're rocking out. You know what I mean? And like, hip hop is one of the only places where we're just like old head, blah blah blah, and it's unfortunate. But at the Keepers, I think that our median age is pretty high, so it is kind of cool to get to hang out with kind of our, you know, our peers type shit. Yeah.
But I found like a lot of like, you know, barkeepers, generally bars, and you know, they will go way over the head of a general listener.
Yeah,
they're not going to appreciate it. And these new rappers, I love all rappers, all MCs, but some of them are going to say that what we're spitting out, that ain't it. It's not, you know, it's not what, you know, like I don't really understand. So we just spit to a level that we like, and if it sounds good to me, then we're happy. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I guess we should go to this. Yeah, we should never age out of music. That's crazy. It's not basketball where like you don't have the legs, or it's not fighting where like at a certain point you're just you can't physically do it. Like, well, that's wild.
We're getting better. We're getting better, I reckon.
Yeah.
Getting better.
Yes, you can. Yeah. I mean, we've seen a lot of people like, you should probably.
I think
you maybe could stop trying now, but we've also seen people just get better the older they get.
I think what Prompt was saying about like Will Smith's album, I think that's part of the problem. Once upon a time, the only people that, like, this is a common problem. People want to listen to who they're already listening to. But as these rappers who got famous in their 20s grow older, and all they've done for 20 years is tour, they go to write a new album and they don't know how to write about adult life because they haven't really grown up the same as most adults. Not saying they're not adults in their own right and they've got adult problems, but it becomes like airport comedy, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to tell you some problems in my life, and you go, they're not problems in normal people's lives, bro. Like, I don't think you understand that. Whereas I think for us in the underground world, we're all just normal, regular people that also rap. So I think our content stays relative to the people around us.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Famous people that drop albums years later often, their topics are very skew-if. Not everyone gets them.
Yeah. I mean, I can see how it could be like rough to stay grounded per se or whatever, but
So this guy,
Master Ace, don't play when it come to my bass. Check it out. Yeah.
Now, talk about that's how you release an album after many years and coming back, and then, you know, it can be done. I mean, I don't want to be hating on Will Smith because I love Will Smith, but and that first track was awesome, and I feel like he could have bitch slapped everybody, and we could have done like a awesome album, and it just didn't go that way for me. So.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but he's clearly seeking the coolness when it's like, dog, you're the Fresh Prince. Like, you'll be cool. Like, stop trying to be cool in my book, because I don't know, from whatever he's gone through, and I think kind of like the image that's been put on him, and you kind of know about his family and his wife and all kind of weird shit, and it's like, I think he's trying to, you know, kind of brush all of that and like be like, I'm cool, and it's like, you don't have to try to be cool, bro. You're a legend, you know. And I heard it though. I hear what you're talking about, Prompt.
Yeah. Anyway,
did Jeff produce it?
Who produced?
Jazzy Jeff. Did he produce it? The new album?
Oh, I doubt it. I haven't heard anything, but I doubt it by the sounds of it.
I mean, I haven't listened to Jeff in a while, but he was bringing out mixtapes like 5 years ago, just like beat tapes and stuff, and they were fire. Like, he's still like a great DJ because he's an active DJ. He still does that for a living, as far as I'm aware. And you know, it's a different art. You don't have to stay relevant in that sense. You know, there's no topics to it. But his skill set is still there. So I don't know if he's had anything to do with it, but
I think he's done a song on there. I'm pretty sure I saw his name on.
Oh, he might have had like
on the track.
Anyway, should we jump into 3210?
Yeah, 3210 is also our instrumental challenge at the moment, with all these mad rappers just jumping on bus and 16s to this shit, waiting for Sunday to do his soon.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna take an easy way out. And throw this other Australian open verse that I had. I think I showed you guys though, like in a group chat once, and I just didn't get to put it out. But I think I also want to write fresh, because just the more I keep listening to y'all, I just like, you guys don't deserve some fucking recycled, man. Like, you guys put so much work into, you know, making everything sound good and come off proper. Like, I think I could do something fresh for that. Even though I don't need another shirt. I appreciate you guys. Shout out these shirts, but I guess the winner could cop one of these. I don't know if the frame could see it, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll send you a shirt, whatever. But yeah,
winner gets
it's
the
more
shirt.
about fun and just get amongst it.
You get the Australian street cred, especially our U.S. friends. Imagine being able to be like, they know me in Australia, bro. So.
We've had more US submissions than we have locally. We've had less Australian submissions so far, but there are some coming. And if someone asked me this in a chat the other day, I won't mention who, but we don't care about the quality of your audio, guys. We respect that not everyone has microphones and audio interfaces. You know, this is not what the comp's about. It's just a competition for you to show off your skill, and we will share it. You know, it's about sharing that love. So if you are a good MC, put it on there. We're not going to dismiss an awesome verse because it doesn't have amazing sound quality. That's not what it's about. All right, and you don't need a film clip. You don't need anything fancy. Just do a good verse. You're listening to them all. All right, and they'll all be judged equally.
There you go. Hell yeah. So, if you're not already familiar, we'll listen to this song, and this is the song that you should be rapping to and entering into this contest, but also more community, you know? There's never too bad of a reason. You can't get enough of these community activities, man. What the fuck? We have such great fellow artists with each other, so I'll be hitting that, and I won't recycle, even though I love that other verse, and it kind of goes with it. But anyways, 3210. Damn, that makes me want to go listen to that old Boys to Men shit. Anyway.
It's so lovely, sip the bubbly. I'm a champagne in the ass, but luckily, trust us, knowing that my baby loving me. Yeah, she let me push her buttons even though I'm ugly.
This love inside grows every time we compromise. You never lie and you never blinded by my pride. I gotta try a little harder, maybe I might find everything will come to us in time, baby, what a ride.
So I send her kisses with the next. She quick to get the message like predictive text. Quit it, bullseye, Cupid, hit it but never miss. I'd be stupid to lose or abuse this special gift, right?
I've been living in glass houses, throwing stones. Gotta hold you with devotion, maybe let you know. Satellites be transmitting emotions. That Motorola love, feel it anywhere we roam.
So if you got somebody holding close to ya, the kind of high and a lie, you overdose on her. Got the power to shower with flowers, cornucopia.
I want a love that's stronger than a Nokia.
So if you got somebody holding close to ya, the kind of high and a lie, you overdose on her. Got the power to shower with flowers, cornucopia.
Love that never ends like a 3210.
But I'll be still acting up to help around the house enough. I lay on the couch like I'm a grub. She got to face the fact I'm a hard case to crack. She got me in the palm of her hands and I fade to black.
I dilate when we sharing our sins, and we be more concerned about what's under the skin. We ain't no Barbie and Ken, we more like Porgy and Bess. And we be making love from 8:30 to 10.
That's why I live every day like it's a Saturday. Trying to add all of these memories to my gallery. Even if you drop me from a spaceship and out of space, my love too strong, I can't break.
I said my name Dirt, she said I'll find a goal. I started working through the pain and then I found my soul. She saw the big issues cutting through the scar tissue. But one love, never wanna do this on my own.
If you got somebody holding close to ya, the kind of high and a lie, you overdose on her. Got the power to shower with flowers, cornucopia.
I want a love that's stronger than a Nokia.
So if you got somebody holding close to ya, the kind of high and a lie, you overdose on her. Got the power to shower with flowers, cornucopia.
Love that never ends like a 3210.
I'm such a stoner, dog. Like, I heard the Nokia bar when I first heard it, but I didn't connect it to damn 3210, man. That's amazing. It's amazing. That's why I do this. I really do this for selfish reasons, just so I could learn more about albums that I like. I don't really give a fuck about anybody else on here. Just kidding. Oh, Michelangelo in the house. What up, what up, what up?
What up?
Shout out Impromptu on that chorus. I love that chorus on that track that Impromptu does. It's awesome.
So good. So good. Yo, and in general, also, you guys nailed this thing. Like, there's an art to rap hooks, you know, and not everybody can do rap hooks properly. You guys haven't missed, you know, shit. Like, some people rap too much on rap hooks and forget that it's a hook and should be catchy and sing-alongable, and some people's hooks don't connect proper with the song or the melody when it comes to rap hooks. You guys are good at fucking rap hooks, man. I'm jealous of that shit.
You got to be honest and you got to be critical, because that is two different hooks. I wrote a hook, and then Prompt wrote. I don't know if that was meant to be a hook or was meant to be a verse prompt, but it was better than, like, I had written that like 3210 Nokia thing that's at the end of it. Like, it's like one bar, but there was way more in there, and I went, no. Cut all of that. It's all trash. We just keep the end bits, and we slap it on the end of Prompts. What sounds like it's like a pre-chorus for those who are into music. He does like a pre-chorus, and then we say we want a love that's stronger than a Nokia. But there was a bunch of other chorus stuff there that was just like, nah. You got to be critical. You got to be honest with each other and just go, you know, this is the better version of that. Let's do that.
Yeah, we're not the type to ever take offense to each other. Like, you know, with feedback, some people can be really, you take it the wrong way. Another person that's really good with feedback, 7X. Like, we talk a lot on the phone, and you know, it's helpful. A lot of people will take it the wrong way, and then you might, you know, but as you sit on things, it all comes from the right place. So, yeah, not to say we're the best and this is how you should do it. It's just like, you know, it's a discussion.
It's also why a lot of these collaborations don't sound as fluid as you two, because as much as rappers, you know, even are aware of the fact, like, it's an ego fueled, you know, genre, or even fuck, it might just be all entertainers, but so much ego that even when it's like people are doing songs with presumably their homies, you can still hear like there's like an ego battle or something, you know, or like someone doesn't want to have the whacker, or even just having me worked with like other people on other people's projects, like you can see that, like, yeah, they're not being honest with each other. They're just trying to be like doper. And it's like that should never be the case on a collaboration song or whatever, you know. And so the less of that there is, and the more you're able to talk about it and not be offended and know that you guys are both cooking for the same meal, you know, obviously makes such a cohesive energy and the shit that we can feel on every song of this thing, man. It's very
We were talking
important.
about that 2 days ago. We were going through Jerome Duffy beats for the new thing, and there was one I said, nah, doesn't fit. Prompt was like, can I have it? And I was like, yeah, if it's cool with JD. Like, and so now it's going to be on Prompt's thing. And I said, hit me up for a feature because the beat is dope. Like, I love the beat. It's one of my favorites on there, but it didn't fit. And I think a lot of people need to recognize that we're not. If you're putting out a mixtape, do whatever you want. But if you're putting out an album, just because you got a fire beat doesn't mean it should be on there. And producers as well. If we say no, you know, this is a generalization, not for the guys we're working with specifically, but if you're a producer listening, if someone says, no, I don't want this one, I like 4 out of 5 of your tracks, don't take offense to it. It doesn't mean it's a bad beat. Sometimes it just doesn't fit. And curators know that.
Yeah. There's some damn producer egos too, man, but yeah. The less of that there is, the more we can make magic together, man. People got to know that. And this and Stanky and Clutch is proof in the pudding. They are the pudding in which the proof resides.
We're about to hear some weekend teachings, I believe.
Yes, weekend teachings.
On that note,
you got any roll in, or should I just run it first?
Yeah, run that.
From?
All right.
Run it.
Run it. Here we go.
Check the dome, demons lying, the undertone and right at home. When I'm flexing out on the pheromones. Right. Big cat, known to roam around in full chrome. The ozone looking thin, I'm praying that we are not alone.
Not improbable, peep the optical third eye, the feature. Farmy rainforest Buddhist meetings. Lessons from Tibetan teachers who only eat vegan. To me, I only visit on weekends.
And this combo like a 5-spice seasoning. A 5-button combo, Street Fighter, raging demon. 5 days a week mentally fighting for the meaning. 5 ancestors, Bodhidharma breathing.
369 repetition of mantras, ancient equations. Fascinated by numbers, Kama Sutra till Nirvana, incredible focus. Crown chakra, 1,000-petal lotus.
Bro.
It's like a semi-interlude song, but it's we kept that nice and short. It felt good, that track.
Yes, it feels like it feels complete. There's plenty of meat in there.
Yes, this is the Pause Police responding to a complaint.
There's plenty of meat in there. Also, that drum is so enticing, but 2 more minutes of it maybe would have gotten like egregious or something. So it's I love that little the film.
Appreciated that, and he shortened that, knowing that, and that's why it ended up this way. But I mean, it's just, you know, it feels like an interlude as well. But yeah, I live 5 minutes away from a Tibetan monastery. You know, so we go up there and eat their vegan lunches on the weekend up in the hills, and it's beautiful. So like, you know, this stuff's we're not just talking, we're living it.
It feels real, man. It feels real. And yeah, Praise Mode says keeps us wanting more. I agree. I think we're like what, 1, 2, 3. There's like, so we're more than halfway through, and also something that exists here, which fuck, I wish I wish that we weren't on a public stream and I can have a real conversation with you guys about some artists that you're familiar with, but I won't name anyone, and I'm not hating on anyone. But again, no matter how good someone is, no matter how talented someone is, there's a lot of these albums that like just kind of get, and I don't mean boring in a negative way, but I guess there's no positive connotation to boring, but it gets kind of boring to the ear, or like maybe like repetitive or something. This is just track for track, just freshness on freshness on freshness, and yes, may I have another? I'll take another song, absolutely. I can't wait for the next shit. It's just, it's so listenable. Aside from the fact that obviously highly skilled bars, highly skilled production, but it's just so listenable. It's another one of those intangible kind of indescribables that this shit does not get boring at all. And you know,
yeah, we wanted to make it relatable. I mean, you know, I'm no hippie hinterland hippie up here. You know, going to the Tibetan monastery every day, but you know, every now and then I like to eat their food, and you know, the 369 and the numbers and things like. You know, I see this stuff around. I'm interested in a lot of things, but I'm no conspiracy theorist or anything like that. I just speak about what I see. So this was a feel-good track, and it just felt like it gave a bit of spirituality to the mix. Yeah.
It's fresh.
But I think at the same time, like
go ahead.
We get deep in different ways. You know what I mean? Like he's talking about Tibetan monks. I cook with 5-spice seasoning. You know what I mean? 5-button combo. That's how you do Raging Demon. You know what I mean? If you're playing Evil Ryu, you know what I mean? Like, it's not as deep as going to a Tibetan monastery, but
it's the same
layers. There's layers.
But it's real, and that's why it works. You know, nothing about it feels like, oh, what a weird contrast. Yeah.
Yes. And then five. I was thinking about your line when I wrote 5 ancestors, Bodhidharma breathing. Because I do practice breathing techniques because I got bad sinuses. So like everything's like Prom says, like we say stuff and you might go, nah, that's just a bar. But no, like these are things like most of what we say is somehow connected to our real life, whether it's fictionalized a little bit or, you know, into this movie format that we've made it. But a lot of it's real to some degree.
But we can be over the top if we want. So, I mean, I was stabbing the shit out of shit with Devour. So I ain't never stabbed nobody.
You got to clean up after that.
I've been stabbed, but I haven't stabbed other.
Damn. Yo, who the fuck would stab impromptu, man?
Yeah.
I'm only like, what the hell, man? I'm sorry, like, not even. Yeah, it's probably not a great experience, but I'm like, you guys seem like two of the kindest guys of all time, and that's a crazy thought. Not prompt. Praise Mode says, there's never been too many albums you can listen to the whole thing without skipping, but this is becoming one of them, I see. Yes.
Thank you, bro. I love you, Praise Mode. You're a legend.
Yes.
Yeah.
I concur.
And that's why we keep certain things short. We try not to drag on. We just we get to it and we move on. That's why that track's short.
Easy could have done 20 songs. Yeah.
Yeah. But this is what it needed, what it deserved. Take the ego away, and that's what we this is the meat and veg of it all. You know.
It's perfect. All of this. It's so good. It's so, you guys, I'll say it a million times, but your guys' like decision making is impeccable on this thing. It's so wild.
Cookup's this one. This is a fan favorite. This is huge. This is probably the highest streams on this song. I think it is. So this song we'd written together, and then it just. Yeah, Tomcat, you finished this off, but this is a dope track featuring the Japanese legend Shinzui. But Tomcat, you finished this off because you connected all this to happen.
Yeah, again, much like All Day All Night, we had it done and it felt like it needed something extra. Felt like it needed some extra flavor, some extra spice, and I just thought like Shinsui was the guy for it. I thought he would appreciate this track. If you know Shinsui, a lot of people probably don't. A lot of people probably don't listen to a lot of Japanese rap. You should. There's certain countries that rap really well, not in English, and I think France and Japan are two of them that I love Japanese. I got into Japanese rap through Giant Panda. Do you know Giant Panda?
No, and I
So
feel
Giant,
I'm probably shaming my family for not knowing more about Japanese rap, but yeah.
they're a US group, but there was a Japanese member, and if I'm wrong, someone call me out, but I'm pretty sure, and I think his name is pronounced Chikara Manga. So Chikara Manga was a Japanese guy in this group called Giant Panda, and he would rap in Japanese, and he did a bunch of stuff on the side as well. He was part of a record label that's gone now. I think the record label had it had Blue when he was early on. It had People Under the Stairs. If you remember them.
Blue, who I used to rap with at lunchtime during high school with Blue and Exile Blue.
Yeah,
man,
I did a track with Blue, man.
Shut the fuck up! Are you serious? What kind of world? What kind of small world shit is this?
But yeah, go check out Chikara Manga. But more to the point, check out Shinsui. So I heard Shinsui, and I went, this flow is undeniable. And that's where you have to go into Japanese rap, understanding. Okay, you're not going to understand their words, but there is some amazing rappers over there. And if you understand flow, and immediately I was like, I did, and I would listen to his songs with like a translated, thing there, and see what he's saying. And but regardless, I can just drive around my car and enjoy it. And he brought it on this, and I love him in the chorus. You can hear him in the background of the chorus. It just adds another layer with his accent. So,
and we got the lyrics. First of all, I got the lyrics written in Japanese. I'm like, well, what does this say? And then,
what are we gonna do with this shit?
and written in Japanese, and then you see what he's saying. But if you listen, I mean, I know he says barbecue, and I know he says b-boy. So, but if you read what he's saying, it's fucking awesome. So to have this on there is just, yeah, I think it's real special. Just like a fine dining.
If you go to my Bandcamp,
I'm excited for it. Oh yeah.
The album is up on my Bandcamp, and all the lyrics are there, so you can actually go and see his translated lyrics. If someone wanted to go read them, I mean, it's a bunch of food rap. Really, it's more about a vibe anyway. But if you wanted to, they're there.
His flow is just dope. So
I can't pull it up on Frame because I would have had to do that pre-show, but I'm gonna see if I can pull it up real quick because I want to. A lot of Japanese rap I've heard. I'm not saying this about your guy at all, but like a lot of it. I guess we do it with English too, if I think about it. But a lot of it, they just be. A lot of it, they say some shit that's like not. Oh, this sounds crazy for me to say now that I'm saying it out loud, but I'm saying like not grammatically correct, or like that's not how you say the shit, but they just say it like that to make it sound cool and stuff. And like I'm fluent, so it feels weird for me to listen to someone rapping in Japanese and then it like not making any cohesive sense, or whatever. And so like I've never really been into it, but this is probably just only the shit that I've come across, and this will change my mind because I've never heard any Japanese rapper rapping about anything substantial, to be completely honest. But there's no way that you guys would have some bullshit on this already flawless album, so I'm excited. I haven't heard this shit. I wanted to do this live. And that's gonna. Actually, I'm already kind of here. Whose Bandcamp's it on? Tomcat?
Someone, yeah.
And I guess while I'm doing this, I should say so Stanky and Clutch is available everywhere, but on streamings it's under artist Tomcat, right?
No, it's
or it's
everyone.
on both of you. Both of you. Oh.
I think the only place it's only on one is on YouTube. And Bandcamp, because you can't have multiple artists. But if you go on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Music, it's myself, Impromptu, and Pyrus. It's all So you can then jump in and check out. Pyrus doesn't have any other work on there under that name, but Impromptu does. So you can find each other and go listen to our solo albums and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Bandcamp, if you do not have a streaming service, and this is why I put my music up on Bandcamp, you can listen to it for free there. You can only listen to albums, I think, like 5 times on Bandcamp for free before you have to pay for them. But it's up there. You can pay for it and download it, but it's free, so you can stream it without ads and stuff like that. And that's why I put it there, because not everyone can afford to pay for a Spotify subscription and all that.
Hell yeah.
I did an album on with Pyrus. I forgot to mention. So that was probably how we first started. I did a whole album with Pyrus. I wrote. He sent me 9 beats. 9 or 10 beats, and I wrote the whole album and recorded it in 3 days. And each track is like the first letter of each track spells Impromptu in the track listing. So I like that stuff. It's fun for me. But if you want to hear some like the first stuff Pyrus and I did together, that's that album. 3 days. It's called Extempore, which means impromptu, which means me. So let's go.
So much effort and thought put into y'all's crafts, people take notes. Take notes on the effort it takes to make some good shit, man. That's check out Impromptu MC and Tomcat on all streamings. Where am I now? Oh yeah, so Cook Up featuring Shinsui. Shinsui-san. Shinsuiさん、俺も日本語でラップもできるから一緒に今年ぐらい一緒に音楽を作ってみましょう。You know what I mean?
It's a beautiful language.
Exactly.
Run it.
I just said I could rap in Japanese too, so we got to do something like before the end of the year. Cook Up. Here we go.
These flames burn hot. All these people get in line for the cook up. We won't be stopped, cause you know we live and die for the cook up. This is our spot. All these people get in line for the cook up. That law, hip hop, you know we going all night for the cook up.
The recipe off Google. Take a pack of 2-minute noodles instructions. You can follow them if you choose to.
Yes, right.
But I'm stressed out, bro. Prompt. Everything's expensive. How we cook for less, yeah? You wanna know? Yeah. Yes, no. Really stop. Water in the pot. Little fresh chili chop. Grab an egg, bok choy, sweet soy for the dip. And dumpling, pork, prawn, chicken, pot. Chuck 'em in them.
I'm making gravy, Impromptu making the flames roar. I might just bring a little beef for the main course. I hit the booth and I'm making these big decisions. Do I want the flying goose or the rooster under hot sauce? Other rappers looking like they need a booster seat. I mash the apples, they wondering who their daddy be. Big energy, I got the MSG. I put the recipe online for my enemies. That's right. These flames burn hot. All these people get in line for the cook up. We won't be stopped, cause you know we live and die for the cook up. This is our spot. All these people get in line for the cook up. That law, hip hop, you know we going all night for the cook up.
Need a reservation, check and ask me. Cause I got beef coming for your fast life. These kids wishing they can rap, what? It's a fact, we put a Michelin hat tracks on the map. Cause no fast food, pork loin for the char siu. Your mouth full, don't speak unless we ask you. I keep my head down, moving like a hunchback. Pyrus is big, dark, fat, I need a lunch snack.
You better duck down, I'm greased up for the fist fight. Turn the heat up and let the fish fry. We working late night, inflated up right. Sharpening my tools, every chef need a good knife. This the good life, we let it marinate. Hot damn, look fine, but we let it wait. Tomcat and Impromptu, Shinsui and Pyrus. Deliver you the slow cooked lamb with the Cabernet. These flames burn hot. All these people get in line for the cook up. We won't be stopped, cause you know we live and die for the cook up. This is our spot. All these people get in line for the cook up. That law, hip hop, you know we going all night for the cook up.
うなような包丁を研ぐ食べやすいようにチョップ斬新にフリップ熱々でクイック敵機のシェフ生き様がデフ散りばめたトッピング自由にホッピンまるでピザ仲間と囲んで食べてみなお前の食卓へのコースに導く血管に流れるピザソース国境を越えてもうまいもんはうまいいい料理に人々はフライビブグルマンミシュランじゃ探せない下町のアンダーグラウンドレストラン汚れたシェフコート腰に巻くエプロン代わりの b ボーイスタンスもらったチップでこの後も遊ぶブロックパーティーで BBQ
These flames burn hot all these people getting lined
Killed it.
We want beef
Killed it.
Cause you know we live and die for the cook up This is our spot all these people getting lined for the cook up That law hip hop you know we going all night for the cook up
That raw hip hop. First of all, he killed it.
Talking back to Shin Sui, like all those lyrics were written before Shin Sui was there, and obviously Prompt like references a bunch of like Asian cooking and stuff like that in his. The only thing we changed once we invited him is I added that bit at the end where I'm like Tomcat Impromptu Shin Sui and Pyrus. Like I just added his name in there and redid that bit. Everything else was there. It flows. Shin Sui clearly listened to what we were talking about. You know, about home cooking and you know not like when he talks about the Michelin star and stuff like that and how you're not going to see that at these I can't remember the word he used, a bit like a budget eatery, but it doesn't mean it's bad food. Like it's still like you can make incredible things on the cheap. Like
he was talking, he was fucking talk. Yo, is he is he from? You guys speak English to him? Obviously, right?
No. I text with him. I text with him in English. But he can. I think what he said to me is he can write in English. He can't rap in English. So he has some English-speaking words, and you see him jump back and forth. I've got another song with him called Blanca, as in like the Street Fighter character, and he does the same thing. He jumps back and forward between. You know, he throws a few English words in there, and I don't know if that's because there is no word to use for it, or if it's just by choice. I've never actually asked him that, but
there's a lot of Japanese language, even though there's zero English base. You know how there's like Latin and shit incorporated in English? There's zero English basis in the Japanese language, but they learn English from elementary school, and so like oftentimes when you hear people talking, they will just throw English in the shit, and I'll be like, what the fuck? That's weird, but you know, neither here nor there for me. But I don't know if I'm tripping or not. Actually, you could hear it when he says English words in the verse, but even when he's speaking Japanese, I might just be fucking stoned, but he sounds like he has an Australian accent on his Japanese. Like, it fucks me up. Like, that's why I was like, I wonder what he sounds like in English. But then he does say some English shit, and I could hear that too. It's so interesting to me.
Yeah, you hear him say those words though, like even when you hear him on the chorus, like, and I don't want to sound like I'm taking the mickey out of him, but like when we say these flames burn hot, you can really hear him in the background saying like, hot, hot. Like it's a different, the way he says hot, like, and that's why I was saying I really love him on the chorus. And again, if you're watching this, I'm not trying to make fun of you at all. I'm being sincere, like having that different accent, and you might hear it. You might hear. Maybe that's why I related to him when I first heard him. Maybe he does have a bit of an Australian twang in his voice, and that's like what I'm getting subliminally. I don't know.
I think so. I think you're feeling a little bit of that, like in the thing. And it sounds cool. And he's not jibber jabbering like I was explaining prior to about other Japanese rap that I've heard at all. He's like really on it, and that was pretty deep, like legit what he was going with. But it was damn cool to hear like an accented twang on the Japanese. That was something else, man. That was dope. And you guys went nuts too. I'm hungry as shit. It's 6 p.m. over here now, and I haven't eaten today. You guys know I rolled up out of a bed and kind of like stumbled onto this show today. But Yeah, I'm fucking
If I
hungry.
can shout out, I just want to give a reference that might not have got caught and shout out to my friend Paul. I said, I'm making big decisions. Do I want the flying goose or the rooster on the hot sauce? I'm talking sriracha sauce. I presume you guys have sriracha sauce there. But here do you get the flying goose one? That's like the shopping center, like the supermarket brand budget one. And my friend Paul, when I was writing this song, he was like, man, I'm trying to cook, but my wife went to the supermarket and got the sriracha sauce instead of getting it from the deli. And now we got this flying goose one, and he wanted the rooster one, the Ridgy Didge, and he was like mad that he didn't have the good sriracha sauce. And I was like, that's a bar.
Yeah, oh yeah, I knew it from the second you said Red Rooster or whatever. But you know what's fucked up is that I don't know if it's just California or if it's our whole country. I'm not sure, but we've had a shortage or some kind of scam happened with like the dude who was buying red jalapenos for the Rooster sriracha sauce. Like, I think he got scammed or like, I don't remember what the story was. Someone like bullied him out of his land or something, or scammed him out of money or whatever. And the bottom line is, we've lost access to the red jalapeno that is used in abundance for fucking sriracha. So like at the grocery stores here, I can't get the fucking green lid rooster sauce anymore. There's a bunch of other brands that call themselves like a sriracha and shit now, but it ain't that one, and we can't get that one. I haven't seen it for at least a year. Like, it breaks my heart, you know?
There you go.
Yeah.
We come and listen to Stanky and Clutch for all the latest news in food, what is available on the markets,
That's
and
right.
watch the High Sunday. High Sunday's got all the down low on why you can't get your products, who's buying land. It's basically a new segment at this point.
yeah. I know that was a random sriracha fact, but yes, I miss it. I miss the OG sriracha.
Also, do you know the term Ridgy Didge? I said it before, and I don't know if you... I just say things sometimes like... So Ridgy Didge means like the original, like the real thing. So if you say something's Ridgy Didge, it means it's the original, the good one, the proper thing.
As opposed to a didgeridoo, which is an
yeah.
I think people know what that is.
The weirdest fucking instruments of all time, but they're fun. Yeah, I'm using Ridgy Didge in a bar. Trust.
Please do. What's happening next? What do we got? I've forgotten our track order.
We got interlude 2 here.
Yeah, run them back to back, and that'll go through them both.
And then go deep, straight into go deep. I'm gonna get this out of the way. Because I don't want to do that.
Interlude has nothing to do with go deep. They're not actually connected, but just run them because it's just a funny interlude. We're just taking the Mickey out of you saying like you hear a lot of Japanese rap and you're like they're not talking about anything. That's half of our rap over here as well. It's just there's not a lot of rap has no topic. It's just people rapping about I don't know whatever. So that's who we're sort of taking the Mickey out of. But then Go Deep is quite a serious song. So I'm not really sure why we curated this. But I think we were just like, I think it just needed a change up of pace at this point, you know?
Yeah. You guys are good at that too. You're good at, you've heard me say it on the other show, but like you're good at maintaining like the perfect amount of levity, even when you guys are, you know, both capable of getting super deep, no pun intended. But yeah, so I think that's super important. I got the pause out of the way, so as we speak about go deep for the rest of the show, the pause is already out the way. So right. Grow up, people. Here we go. Interlude 2 into go deep.
First skipped message sent Tuesday, April 8th at 7:15 p.m.
Hey, bro. You might not have heard of me, but like I've written like these. I've got some notes in my notebook. I've got like these 4 bars in there. They're sick, bro. They're like game changer bars. They're like goat bars, bro. They're sick. And I just think it'd be like we should do something together with them, and that'd be like,
I come out the gate strong, looking sick, bro. So, like, just bear with me. Like, my girlfriend just broke up with me, and so I'm just gonna, smash a couple of cones and just get over that. So if you can just wait for like 3 months or something like that, and then maybe we can talk about doing some stuff. Yeah, that'd be sick. It's happening this year. All right, bye.
End of message. To delete this message, press 7. To message deleted.
Making these memories, but really trying to forget more. You know that I pushed the worst in me way deep down to the dark core. They told me home is where the heart is, but I just see the door. I find more comfort in these places I've never been before. I get raw thinking about the things that we said before. Come and check the decor, no family pictures hanging up on the wall. And my emotions lean heavy up on the triple beam. I'm just a human being, please stop expecting me to be more. Like the pawn that went across the board to become a king, but deep down I still got the battle scars hidden deep down within. I'm feeling lean within my soul, come check my self-esteem. It's on my face when I'm saying these things I never mean. I get mean to deflect the pain that may never change. I got these chains, they wrapped around the worst of me just to keep me sane. I get afraid of all this fire burning within my veins, but if I'm weak and we don't speak, then I might just all go down in flames. I've never really known how to go deep. Yeah, I don't feel a thing when you hold me. I got my guard up, it told me don't speak, 'cause I don't even know how to love me. I've never really known how to go deep. Yeah, I don't feel a thing when you hold me. I got my guard up, it told me don't speak, 'cause I don't even know how to love me.
Sometimes I find it hard to find just the right words. It's kind of funny when you're an MC, and this is how your mind works. I mean, I act a jerk, and I know I act a tool. It's just teetering on the cusp, but going acting a fool. I'm sitting skipping through faded photo albums. Memories get the best of me if I allow them, so I reminisce in time. Family, friends around it, pictures, 100,000s. Now my phone, hard drive, all crowded. What's success? I feel blessed, holy power surrounded. I made it, even if they doubted it. Sowed seeds, even in a drought. If it comes to it, I can take it back to where it all started. But don't be mad at me, just some happy laughter. You know that on the roam, daddy been father. Any bounty bartered, any vessel chartered. When I get home, just know that every moment happy ever after. But
I've never really known how to go deep. Yeah, I don't feel a thing when you hold me. I got my guard up, it told me don't speak, 'cause I don't even know how to love me. I've never really known how to go deep. Yeah, I don't feel a thing when you hold me. I got my guard up, it told me don't speak, 'cause I don't even know how to love me.
Damn. I don't like to do like comparative stuff because I think that my artist friends are doper than most of this commercial shit at it. But that hook gave me classic classic 50 Cent ish hook. You know those those hardcore just kind of grimy slow rap hook and I say that in the best of ways. I think that was one of the most dangerous situations, like 50 at the prime. You know, that was some shit. So, but you do it better. So I don't like to compare shit because when I really start thinking, I'd be like, the homie shit is doper. It's weird, but yeah, you guys figured out how to go deep. I need to grow up. You guys really did, though. It's dope because there's so much fun and stuff, and it's not that you guys haven't hit some absolutely serious vibes and stretches throughout the album, but yeah, it was cool to like to hear it all just kind of like zero in and do this yeah, we could do this serious talk and serious rap too. That thing was riddled with lyrical suburbia. Man, I'm damn excited. Who's main I don't know, whose main idea was this thing? Like, let's get real for a sec. I loved it.
Well, we've got two kind of real tracks, and I think did we play Shining or did we accidentally skip it? Maybe it's worth going back to that because I think we skipped it. Always Shining just before Cook Up. It's the other serious one, and it's actually
after Weekend Teaching.
Yeah.
I missed it.
How the fuck?
Yeah, we must have accidentally skipped it. But basically, yeah, I think I'd written that verse, and then Tomcat just listened and wrote his, and he had the chorus sorted. We actually investigated someone to sing on it. It didn't quite work out the way that we wanted, and went back. Like, I was singing on the chorus with Tomcat at one stage, and it just clashed a bit. And I mean, it is what it is now, and it's perfect.
And I actually had people message me and say that that was one of their favorite tracks on the album, which is really it. Sometimes you just have to go, look, at one point I really loved this because it was the first thing we did, and I wrote that chorus, and then Prompt jumped on it, and then we were near the end of the album, and I said I'm not happy with the chorus, we need a singer, because I'm not a singer, or neither of us singers, and it just wasn't hitting right. But the singer that we looked into wasn't, they wanted to do their own thing, and I was a bit
fucking devour
precious about the lyrics. And and for the most part, like, I'm usually very like, yeah, we'd change it, whatever. But for some reason, I felt very close to the lyrics, and I said, no, I don't want to change the lyrics. And so we ended up I took Impromptu off the mix and sent it to him, and he wrote back and he said, yeah, this was always how it should have been. Like, I think, but being that we're both not singers, it's better to have one not singer than two not singers, if that makes sense.
It makes total sense.
For the record, I'm a singer on Comptolo's hook.
Yeah, you better put some respect on this vocalist name.
But Sunday, if we play Shining, Always Shining now.
Yeah, I'm going there because we're already about to be done. We don't want to.
I mean, I didn't even need to be on this track, but I mean, it works. But Tomcat has delivered the verse. Yeah, this is the realest shit. Okay, play that shit and you'll see why.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, this is not sequential, guys. I don't know why I jumped over Always Shining, but yeah, so this is like a few tracks back, and then we got one more song, the closer song, to finish this thing out. Yeah, let's do Always Shining. I just had it. Oh, here we go.
This is that, and nothing but boom, nothing but groove. Step back, check the view. Check it. Yeah. I'm hard to chew, like chunks in a stew. I'm on the move, I'm on the path that I choose. That's right. 1, 2. I'm the sharpest of tools, not laughing at you. So get on up like you got something to do. Nothing is new, bro. Life's rough. Yeah. So tell me, what are you gonna do? Stay fresh like a Il Milano. Can't reach me, still the buggo. Get robbed like Margot. You'll vanish when the builder follow. You're blind to the fact of the thread hollow. Tip these truck wits, better move your Silverado. If you wanna see tomorrow, yeah. The hard pill to swallow. Jagged like a lantern, but my development envelop my sorrow. Yeah. Remember for my mottos, predominant when I vomit the home, hermit in his grotto. You got to be in it to win the lotto, but I ain't bought a ticket, so it's blood, sweat and more pissing. Slow, no off switch, it's like a diss, sort of a condition. So what's my competition? I'm the hardest of human, abusing the condenser and dynamic, but my antics like fire. When I shine, you shine. One love, one life, let me tell you one time. When I shine, you shine. Perfect. When I shine, you shine. One love, one life, let me tell you 2 times.
Gotta sharpen up the knife, gotta make it move. Win or lose, what if this life is just an interlude? I gotta think before I talk, kinda attitude. Salty like a seasoned pork, now what you gonna do? I walk the path, but I ain't got no answers. I'm still dealing with the PTSD from the cancer. I meditate upon a mantra, take a couple dances. Do a bad thing, I've been a lancer. 7 days betting on myself with 7 deuce. Looking at my health from the top of me down to the roots. Plenty snakes up in the garden, but I eat the fruit. And all these petty fakes don't get a pardon when I speak the truth. The competition called and I answered. You wanna check the resume, come and check the finances. I got no vision board, got no reason to thank the Lord. I did it with the liquid sword, ignoring all the glances. Now I can leave it up to chance, I got 9 lives. The sun is nothing but a rock if the fire dies. And why would anybody look up there into the sky? Everything was black and nothing ever looked back. I meditate in a deep state when I'm rhyming. Ain't nobody getting in my way when I be grinding. If you can't feel it, then maybe you should find it. Cause even when you sleep, the sun is always shining.
When I shine, you shine. One love, one life, let me tell you one time. When I shine, you shine.
The sun is always shining.
When I shine, you shine. One love, one life, let me tell you 2 times. When I shine, you shine.
The sun is always shining.
Shout out Pyrus, that beat, man. Poof.
Yeah, you
I
guys.
don't know how
you
he
guys.
sang like that. He's so clever how he sings that way.
Are you singing, Prom?
yeah, that was me.
That was the last track we had. So we had one other track that we had the beat for from the original, like, these are the tracks we're using. And we went to do it, and I said to Prom, I said, it's not it anymore. It doesn't belong anymore. And we cut it. And he said, look, these are the ones he's got left. And I saw that beat, and I said, oh, what about this one? He goes, oh, and Prom was doing something on it already. And I said, can we use it? Because it fits. And I'm so glad we did. And I hope you'll feel the same, Prom, because it's one of my favorite tracks on there.
It's so good. It's so sick.
Poetry.
These guys. And yeah, all of the production has been ridiculous on this album, but that was the perfect, like, showcasing of it too, and the way that you use the sample for the hook and all that. Like, it's, oh, that thing works well. And it wouldn't have been right without Impromptu, this humble ass guy right here. But yeah, both of you guys went nuts, and I love still just how much rapping there is. This thing could sonically probably work even if you guys were trash at rap, just because you guys sound great together, you've made brilliant beat choices, and you're good at, like, decision making when it comes to, like, putting songs together. So, like, it probably could have still worked, but there is top tier rapping going on too, you know. Like, I don't want to like drown that out in all of this other, like, oh, decisions and all that type of talk. Like, my God, man, there's like storytelling on here. There's, like, straight lyrical suburbianness and metaphor and entendre imagery. It's just, yeah, this is one of the albums of the year, yo. I don't know who else. I don't even know what other album is there. GNX and Stanky and Clutch, guys. I don't know if there's anything else to fuck with this year. You feel me? Straight up.
Taylor Swift still got an album coming out, so.
And I may as well. So there's still time. But
I'm glad you remembered. I'm glad you remembered to go back to that one, Prompt, because that's one of my favorites on the album too. So I'm glad you remembered it. I would have forgotten all about it.
Yeah, it had to be played. I just realised because when Go Deep was like, you know, it's a deep song too, but I'm like, hold on, felt like we missed the other one. And it does flow well if it goes through that between weekend teachings to that hookup. But
yeah, I would have wanted to hear it, like, in conjunction.
I think it was my bad. I think I just rushed us on to cook up, but that's cool. We played it. Awesome.
Yeah. All good. If you guys want to hear it in sequence, you got to listen to the whole album back through again.
Yeah,
no
it's
biggie.
33 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like Go Deep is deep in the sense that it tackles a very deep topic, but like Shining, I feel like is more personal, if that makes any sense. Like it's more, Go Deep almost like anyone could come along and write Go Deep. It didn't have to be Prompt and I, and we did, and it's a great song. But Shining, I think, has more of us as people in it. That makes sense.
Yep.
As far as heaviness, we don't get very heavy on the other tracks. There's serious topics, but I don't think there is. They're definitely more funky for the most part.
I think it's the perfect amount, man. It's the perfect amount to show, like, to kind of like give a good rendering of like who you guys are individually, and it's interesting to think that those two songs were like the two bookends and the actual creation. The Go Deep and that. You said that one was the last thing that you guys picked on there, right?
So I never thought about it like that.
I like that.
We started serious and then like got silly and funky and had a lot of fun with it, and then came back to which I think is just, again, it's just driven by Pyrus and his beats. We listen to his beats and interpret.
Yeah, we're writing two beats. We're not writing like same with Barkeepers. Like I don't bring anything. I write to that beat at that time, and that's what I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm going to write next week for Barkeepers, and that's what keeps it exciting. So we tackled these beats. The music had to speak to us. So everyone has their own process for that, but this is how we approached this, and I think that's why everything just blends with a balance. Yeah.
It damn works. All right, so I'm gonna try something because I think this might actually work. I'm gonna have to take. I'm gonna see if I can play that video and not fuck up our whole life after such a successful show here so far. But let me see if I take off the cover off of the
We could try and attempt to do it live, Tomcat. Like it's almost the same thing. Look.
With the faces.
You know what? The film clip highlighted for me some of the intricacies in our bars and the overlap and stuff like that. Sitting there, putting all the text in and then moving it, and making it animated was quite interesting, seeing visually some of the architecture, as we call it. You know what I mean? You say it, and I think when you're doing it so long, it becomes second nature. And then when you write it and go, I need to move this word out the way and leave this word, you go, we keep coming back to this, or I said this and then he said that, and I go, okay. Prompt said to me the other day, he goes, I keep uncovering things you say, and I said, I'm the same with you, man. Even though we worked on this album together for months, we keep listening to it and going, I see what he did there.
It's awesome. And the way we wrote this one, how it was like, almost, bars each. It was the way it flowed out when we were sharing it on the text, and I love that. It's so fun. It just, you can, like, we could go back and show the texts of how this song came about. You know what I mean? It's awesome.
I think it was voice notes for the most part. I think it was voice notes we did back and forth to each other.
It's such a cool thing that we've figured out. I guess it was by necessity for me, but because the world had ended. But it's just so cool that we can work, and not have to figure out proximity and getting in the same studio and all that. Even though there's nothing sweeter than like vibing out with someone in real life, but like there have been some classic works made remotely via this shit. So, internet's not all bad. We got a pretty sweet corner of it ourselves.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I don't think we would have done this. I don't think we would have done this album in this amount of time if we weren't remote. I think if we were in the same room, we would get so distracted talking, and
that happens too.
Like we're like a young couple when we talk on the phone. We just like talk to each other while we're driving around, like, and then we go, oh god, it's been 40 minutes. Like, probably should go and like do adult stuff. And I think if we were in the same studio, we'd probably end up like, we're both hard workers, but I also think because we're both like adults and we've got other things going on, I record my verses at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. But I also, like, if I've got a day off or I've got a morning off, I might record a verse at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's just you fit it in. And I think prompts the same. So at odd times of the
yeah.
day, we will get like, oh, impromptu shared a voice note with you, and it's like, okay, it's 11:15, and he's just sent me a verse. Or it could come at midnight. Like I just don't. But we just go, okay, we've got time. Let's write. Let's send it. And same with mixing. I'd mix something and send it to him. And yeah, I don't think we could have, even if we were in the same area, coordinated enough time in the studio.
Yeah,
I hadn't thought of it like that, but that's very true. Because when I work with other, you get tied up, and you might be tired. Like when I'm at home, and when I can find the time for me. I never used to be able to, and I've got kids now. Like people think we do this full time by the amount of stuff we put out, but it's just, like me personally, I do shit, and what looks like I'm doing it's in a small window. It's because I have access and I can fire away when I need to.
Yeah.
I sent Prompt a track last night, the track I'm doing with Jerome Duffy for the solo album. Last night, I sat down at 9 o'clock at night. The kids are in bed, the dishes are done. All right, let's go. And I wrote it, I recorded it, and I sent it to Pete. And then he said to me, "Oh, sick! I'll get onto it tomorrow." And then an hour later, he's like, "I wrote it."
I couldn't help myself. It's so fire, and I'll record that today. But that's what it is. It's like we have access to our own time, even with kids. Personally when you can be okay. I think it's cool. I can sit down and do this now.
Sure. Yeah.
There's a quote that I put on my Instagram a while ago. I can't remember the guy's name.
Disrespect.
But basically, the crux of it is amateurs wait for inspiration. The rest of us go to work. And he's a painter. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But that's the point. I go, okay, I've got a beat here. I need to work. It's 9 o'clock at night and I'm exhausted. We'll make you a cup of tea, go to your room, write it, record it, and then you're done.
Yeah.
I could have gone, I'm exhausted, I'm going to go play some Gran Turismo, but I didn't because I believe in my art and I work hard, and Prompt's the same. And I think there's a message there for young guys, and I see it all the time. Young guys I'm just waiting for inspiration. No, just go and write, and if it's trash, and I think Barkeepers is great for that as well, in the sense that there's a time limit on it. You have a week.
Yeah.
Here's the beat, get it done, and if it's not good enough, well, at least you tried, and next week you'll be better. Maybe next week you'll be worse because you're tired, but there's something to just sitting down and doing the work over and over again. Even when you don't want to, you will get something out of it, and you will feel good because of it.
I must say, sometimes, like I was talking to Nate Z the other day, and he was like, I hear your verse, and like, how am I meant to go and write something now? And like, you do yours so quick, and I take people to have their own process, and how long they take to do stuff and their own expectations. But I mean, we just, like I said before, we do this kind of because we need to and we love it. I've always listened to hip hop. I was the dude at school that everyone was listening to Pearl Jam and Gunners and things like that. I was the guy jacking the CD player in the common room. We're playing hip hop. I was the guy that had I was year 4. I had a whole group of guys behind me going, and we were rapping about farts and shit. This was when Vanilla Ice dropped his album, and I knew we love this shit, and it's not a job, but we'd all like to make us money, but it's just such a flooded market of so finding a home like Barkeepers where people are on the same level it's what I've missed for so long, and I wish I found this kind of stuff ages ago. Big ups to Jazz for that, but
shout out Jazz.
Hip-hop.
Shout out Jazz, shout out hip hop, shout out Australia. I love what the Barkeepers is today these days, man. You guys definitely sparked like a certain like era. This era will go down in history, like when we just got flooded with you guys, and then next thing, and you guys are some of the best there, and the next thing we know, the other week, it was almost 50-50 of like US guys and like people otherwise, like, yo, this is a new era, and I'm with it, man. I'm so down, and I've been part of a past era where like people couldn't stop talking about just like, oh, like Subterranean, you know, UK, not Australia, but Subterranean's cool, but like I just can't get with the accent, or like sonically it's just like not what I'm used to or whatever. And I'm glad that it feels like that shit. I'm talking about that was like probably 2 or 3 years ago. There was just a group of more like, I think we had a lot of New Yorkers, and I don't think that Barkeepers was established as like, we do this for the community here, folks. Like, I don't think it was fully that then, you know, and so there was a little more hate and stuff going around, and people, like, I was always like, we should be fucking grateful to, first of all, have anyone international, and second of all, these guys are good. Like, people were willing to be like, I remember specifically people would be like, Subterranean is good, but sonically it's not what I'm trying to, like, fuck out of here, bro. Like, we are real, like, it's real artists. Sub is a real hip-hop head. You guys are clearly real hip-hop heads, and that's all the fuck we should give a fuck about, you know. And
I think it may have taken some time for the ear to, you know, get used to our accent, I guess. I mean,
we're here now.
Yeah,
we're
our
here.
Accent
You guys
doesn't
were
always sound good. I'll give it that as well. Our accent doesn't always sound good in rap. It really doesn't. There are Australian rappers, and our twang can be too harsh, and even I find that sometimes. And other times it's really pleasant, and it's not a criticism on anyone. Everyone's got a different voice.
Sure.
But you can, I can respect why some people can't grasp our rap. You know, and same with the English. I can understand that. I think you can do things in yourself to say, do I sound good? Do I need to work on how I'm pronouncing things, my tonality, to make yourself, and that's just part of being a good artist.
Yeah, and in general, for us too, it's like,
anywhere. I hear harsh people, even though most of the hip hop we listen to is from the US. There's certain parts of the US where I can hear very heavy accents from that region, and and other times artists from the same region that don't have those heavy accents. It's the same from here, but I think there's definitely still gatekeepers. There's still a few, and every now and again we get people telling us that we shouldn't be rapping because it doesn't belong to us and things like that, and you just got to brush it off and know your history. You know what I mean? I think you got to know your history and know that, look, rap it's for everyone in my eyes. You know what I mean? I don't think art of any kind should belong to anyone. I don't think that's right.
Especially not the basis of hip hop. Sorry.
I hear what people are saying when they say that stuff, and I'm very conscious that's why we approach this with full respect for the art.
More than any fucking US guy shows for the fucking art and for the culture, man. Like, come on, dude. It's clear that you guys love and were. It's clear you guys love and were, and it's ingrained in you. You know, like this is an undeniable, and this is just your most recent projects. But anything that I've heard of you guys is undeniable. Where you come from, how good you are. I mean, where you come from, as far as like hip hop historians and inspirers. Who is one who is inspired by? Inspirees. Anyway, that's
inspirator.
Fuck that. And please send any of these. Nah, actually, fuck that. I was gonna be like, send and tag me in any of these weird ass comments, bro. I will go eat these motherfuckers up, but. Then I'm like, I don't know how many of those guys. I don't want to just float around in that energy all day. But yeah, that's some bullshit, man. And fuck it.
We call this Earth rap. Like the way shit's going, and aliens and UFOs. Like we're from Earth over here. This is Earth rap. So let's see what they're doing.
Hell yeah.
Australia has loved hip hop for a long time. I don't think our hip hop reached borders until maybe Hilltop Hoods, did maybe Bliss and Esso, but a lot of our early rap, like there were some quality artists from the early 90s here. It was massive here. And some of them are still around, some of them are not. Some of the best artists, they're not on Spotify or anything like that anymore because they're just like, they moved on with life. But we, me and Prompt know them. We have their their CDs and stuff like that, and we respected hip hop here for a long time, and it was very much a respect thing. Like, we know where it came from, and we respect that. But yeah, I don't think anyone should gatekeep music unless the people doing it are offending or taking the mickey out of it or something like that, which we're definitely not trying to do. It's all respect here.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I was young listening. My first influence was Public Enemy. Like, like, it really doesn't make sense for an Aussie guy to, so, I mean, that's where all music we respect as well. Like, I can't hate on any other genres or anything. I'm a musician, so that's what we're here for, the music. And
Agreed.
if anyone hates on it, I feel like you're only hating on yourself, really, and you can stand in your own little world. But it's art, so it is subjective, and fuck y'all if you don't like it.
Thank you. I was like, we gotta land this with a fuck them though, man.
I feel like this is the old school as well. Like, we're both real lovers of like the early '90s stuff. I grew up in an era where it was all Eminem and 50, and I actually didn't, opposite to you, Proms, I didn't listen to rap until I was like 18, because I just didn't connect to it. And I still don't respect Eminem. He's a fantastic rapper. I respect his art, but I didn't like listening to it. I didn't like listening to 50. It just wasn't my jam. And then, and that's why I mentioned Pac Diesel in one of the raps. Like, he was like, yo, here's some early like 90s Oz rap, and like, people started showing me, like, the first big album that hit with me was Ice Cube's America KKK's Most Wanted, and like, it was just funky and it was raw, and he just didn't give a fuck. Like, he just said things I was like, that is obscene, you know what I mean? Yeah, just no rules, just did what he wanted. And I think that's where we connect. We love that old school, early '90s stuff, and lyricism. I think we're sort of, there's a similarity there with the Barkeepers and where we're at now. With, like, you had, the only gatekeepers were, are you good enough at writing? Are you a good enough rapper? Not where are you from, what's your background, what clothes do you wear. It was, are you a good enough rapper? To be here in this forum.
Agreed, man. Fuck yeah. I don't even think about gatekeepers anymore, because we're just so independent. It's so easy, and while it is like oversaturated that anyone and their mom can be put shit out and be a part of this, like, fuck that. It really is for the real creators and the real creatives. Like, we really gatekeepers are probably trying to find ways to keep the gates, like, what's inside the gates, even valuable anymore at this point. Like, there's like money. I guess money's a good thing, but there's money. But other than that, like, I don't even think it's as appealing to want to be in that, inside whatever the fuck they're keeping at this point. I mean, we have control. That's why, everyone is welcome at the Barkeepers. Unless you don't like this album. If you don't like this album, though, you can't come in. It's the only gatekeeping I'm doing. Fuck that. Let me just try this. My bad. I forgot we got to do the one more. Yeah, it's here. Okay. I wonder if I could go make it look a little cooler. I think I will be able to run this video. I mean, either if I go full screen, though, it's going
I can't see your stream. My bad, I forgot. I can't see us. Our heads are somewhere here, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, but you should have a thing that allows you to say watch stream now, and you should see prompt on the video.
Shout out to everyone watching too. I don't know if they're still watching us just talk nonsense. We just got a bit distracted there, but
oh no, it's not. People are here for the love, yo. I don't know who all is still here, but we had 7X and
Praise
Mode and
Prompt. Like, This is our first like interview, if you will. You know what I mean? This is,
Hell yeah.
you know. So we're just here to share love and.
Yeah. Honestly, like I know I'm like the stoner that digresses and hosts stuff for 4 and 5 hours, but most of the time I'll move through these a little bit more diligently. But I do realize, like, yeah, I don't, you know, it'll be the first time like I get to do this with you guys in combo, but also with the people, you know. So I think it's been worth every bit of combo. And shout out to the chat for pulling up. We didn't even announce this shit. I was gonna make more noise about it like afterwards once we have the product. But fuck, people pulled up. It's been a good time. And then
thank you for having us, Sunday.
Oh, of course.
We appreciate you.
This is, you know, yeah. It's never a burden on me. I love to do this shit for sure, and especially with homies, and especially with art that I enjoy. You know, people may or may not have offered me a couple chips to do their listening sesh, and it's not worth it to me to force it, dog. Fuck that. I'm only doing shit that I like and people that I want to hang out with. Okay, let's do this. I think you should be able to hear. Give me a quick. Make sure you guys can hear the video.
As you expected, sir.
Were you able to hear that a little bit? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, let's do it. I always keep forgetting the name of this. Ares Prometheus? Ares?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, let's do it.
I mean, tried hard to stop them, sir. But still, they got through.
The big talker, the big walker, the vanguard. The night stalker in the back, yeah, I'm a jaguar. Jet black kerosene on the cat's paw. Hit me with the fire punch like a magma.
Yeah, the party poopers on our hung computers making music. We trying to shoot to the moon like we star troopers. Too harsh, cool it, puppy chula to our maneuver. When we retire the might, probably fly an Uber.
Grand Pooba on the stereo, we sky high. 360 from the room, that's a mad vibe. Real to real, we keep it real and we back it up. How we move, check the resume, we coincide.
No lie, prompt a tomcat drop. Bangers like gats on sight. Bang crash main, we so bright. Mercenaries full of clips allowed, cause K can't be silent like night.
We intersect, make the dough because we need it. That's right. We on the rise, you talk about it, we been it. This hip hop and it don't stop, we bleed it. We've been making moves where the haters stay seated.
Yo, you need a zoom, baby zoom, got your inner scope. Dr. Dre, my blood, so what I am and I go. Too short, bitch, we've been too dope. Check the grown old bloke, still got respect for old folks.
Check the way we setting fire to the stadium. Herbal tea in my cup, just add a bit of uranium. Added looking like a comic supervillain. God willing, known to verbally fly kick to the cranium.
Right, can't blame him, no joke, no silliness. Let me tell you what this really is. Ares Prometheus, fire, war, courage. Taking MCs out like Binday, cause trash rappers are garbage.
Forget the clip, we doing drum work, baby. This that fully automatic with the magazine safe. Clack, clack. The haters tell us to retire, don't faze me. We tryna make it classic, like who gon' make the gravy?
Catch me in the GSR, 7-seater, hybrid, petrol. Haven't even used the leader. My wife drives though, I can put my feet up. Turn the beat up, you want beef, yeah, turn the heat up.
I hit the meet up in the whoopty, that's a 6'5". I'm telling shorty at the re-up, had a read and ride. I'm nearly 40, they adore me, tell me that's a vibe. I'm putting money in the bank while you hit the pot.
Skill and keeping it real, we on that. Pirates, Tomcat, bro, this track slaps. Prompting the boom bap, blow your mind like a shroom cat. Spit bars and have an afternoon nap.
Step back, a backhand, the boombox. And slap box, the mic stand, I'm red hot. The big man known to disrupt the program. But I presume that you came to get your head rocked.
Stop life, no matter how hard it gets. Still glad I ain't a rapper like Spartacus. Really, it's all up the heart of this. We've been doing this old school, check the bar, the facts.
Check the stack, we doing numbers to find that. I'm talking money in the bank, please rewind that. I'm talking money in the bank, that's what I'm about. One life to live and you never get that time.
When I die, don't cry, just roll my body in carpet. Dump me in the backyard, let the earth drop my carcass. My soul transcends the dimension of TARDIS. Off in the midst of the darkness in my starship. Man.
What a crazy way to end this thing, man. What up?
You really think that eating nothing for 40 hours and drinking a whole lot of water is gonna make you healthier? Yeah.
Screen off. Okay, cool.
Man, I love this music shit, bro. So good.
I think that it shows, or it sounds. It sounds that you love this shit, man. You could tell, bro. That's so cool. And any fellow lovers of music, I think, can only appreciate this more because you can feel it. You can feel how much you guys care. We've just, talked in abundance of the extra care that you guys put into this shit. It's not just pen to pad and pick a beat. I love it.
It's also easy too. Like it's easy. That's what makes it good. It's because there's no pressure. It's just it just flows. We love it, and we love it.
Yeah.
What a great time, man. This is definitely a run it back. And there's just not a lot of albums that I just like am okay to just run front to back and let them run throughout my day, and this is one straight up. Like it's easy and I'm in. This is you guys got it. You guys got a classic, and it's exciting that there is already another chapter in the cooks, man.
And Tomcat and I are both like we've got our own personal music, working on it, and but finishing up and a few things, and you and I have got some stuff we're going to be working on soon Sunday. So I mean, like it's non-stop. Like I want to be getting to December and looking back and going like these dudes just released like 10 albums this year, between the two of them. So
yeah, and I think it's good that we can trust that it's going to be some music. It's gonna be like good.
I just look at it like I might get hit by a bus tomorrow. I got shit. I just want it out there, and so maybe, like I say, in 100 years they might be studying us in universities on Mars.
Yeah, I'm glad to be on.
What a segue from that line off into the midst of the darkness in his starship.
Let's go
into Mars.
And then he was smashed by a bus. But we did get a crazy run out of him in 2025.
Yeah.
All right, man.
There's a lesson there, kids. Don't leave your rhymes in your notebooks. Put them go get a mic and spit that stuff.
Use Instagram is my rhyme book now. I lost 12 rhyme books were stolen out of my vehicle, and it broke my heart. This was meant. And there was unrelated, you can only imagine. It broke my heart, and I walked the streets looking in every garbage bin and I couldn't find it, and that broke my heart. And now Instagram is my rhyme book. So like if you check my Instagram, it's only been open for 2 years, and I nearly release stuff every day. I might be able to go back and use that stuff maybe, but these days I'm just like I said, approach the beat, write it, and move on, release it, move on.
Monster.
Sunday, you're a legend for doing this for us. Like we are so grateful. Feel semi-famous.
What? Cool. No, man. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm stoked to meet you guys, like officially, still semi-official, but this is official. And I just hope that it tunes. Sorry, my thing's about to die, but maybe.
I mean, we plan on doing this live maybe later in the year together. We're gonna team up for the first time and just hit a stage. We think we might be able to do this. So like there'll be footage, and
we just saw that with Rook and Subterrane of the UK last year, and for folks that didn't know, most folks thought they were just like homies since forever. Because they've already like been doing music and shit together, but they just met the first time last year, and I think we raised a couple bucks to get Rook's train over to Subterrane, his train ride, because we were like, this needs to fucking happen. They met for the first time, they played a show together, and I think, man, that is since the beginning of this Instagram community shit, everyone has heard me say like the realest point of this is getting to meet up and do this shit IRL in real life, you know. I knew Bison for like a year and a half, but the whole final year of that, we spent like every day to. Oh, hello. Uh-oh. Okay, my earbud died. Can you guys still hear me? Oh, okay, cool. Hi.
One wanted to say hello.
Oh. Yes. What's your friend? Sunday.
I'm impromptu, me.
What's your baby's name?
Bye.
All right. That was a dope addition. I don't remember what I was saying, but anyways, so yeah, so this'll be on my Twitch already right now. I'll upload it to YouTube. So you guys will have those links or whatever. Do either of you guys want the video file? Some people do, some people don't. But I'm gonna have it either way because I have to download the whole video.
I mean, yeah, then we can chop it up instead of just jacking it off the internet.
Oh yeah, instead of ripping YouTube. Yeah, okay. So I think it'll be a.
You're putting it on YouTube?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Oh, well then that's fine. We don't need. Oh, but maybe I might want to chop some stuff out. It'll be a little bit high quality. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't mind a few gigs coming through, I guess like WeTransfer maybe or whatever. Then I'll send it through that. Okay. All right. Well, this has been a great time. It won't be the last time. Trust, I'm doing this shit with you guys whenever you drop stuff because this was a zero misses experience, man. And I don't just say that. This isn't Sunday on Sunday where I have to, where I just try to be nice. Like this is really getting to experience the project, and there was no miss here, man. This shit is crazy. So good. Honored to get to do that. You guys got any immediate plugs? Obviously, other than Stanky and Clutch. Nothing really. Just keep an eye out for Tomcat.
Yeah, we just got music. It'll just come out all the time. Yeah, 'cause that's what we do.
Good. Okay.
If anyone wants to listen to stuff like, Impromptu has that album he did with Pyrus before this. If you want to hear more of him, I did Genus Panthera just before we started doing our project. That's there as well. So yeah, we got a big back catalogue. You want to hear more Stanky and Clutch? You can go listen to our solo albums as well.
Damn right.
More coming.
Stay tuned to their. I don't know why I didn't put your guys' Instagram on the fucking. Stay tuned or just keep track of them on the Instagram at for Tomcat TOMCAT for Impromptu. It's at IMPROMPTU.MC. What a crazy thing to spell. IMPROMPT. There we go. This shit sounds nuts. Yeah. Impromptu.MC and Tomcat. This album is available everywhere, and I think that's all I got going. Oh, April 20th, 420, I got a music video coming out for Best Day Ever, so stay tuned for that. I'll throw in a quick plug.
Yeah, and everyone listening, go listen to Sunday's album as well. That was only, a month ago? Maybe a month and a half?
New Year's. The very top of the year, yeah.
New Year's Eve, so it doesn't count as a 20.
Right. It doesn't have to come, yeah.
It's quick, doesn't it?
So we're competing with the Dean's List, that's all.
There's a lot of good rapping on that album.
Fucking incredible album. I love it.
Yes.
It's so good.
I guess we should, even though it's weird to end on someone else's plug. Dean's List that they're speaking of. It's there's a rap school called Pendulum Inc. online, but they do real life meetups and events and stuff as well. Pendulum Inc. is the rap school. It's run by Mickey Fax, the legend. If you know anything about, especially like battle rap and stuff, Mickey Fax is a whole legend. He's featured on every track, and then there's a bunch of people featured on that album who are also part of Barkeeper's community. So you'll see some people that you're familiar with: Show Rocka, Euphonic Aspect, Onsolu, and so on. So be sure to check that out. And if you want some schooling, some rap schooling, be sure to check out Pendulum Inc. INK. Yeah, that's what's up. Every Sunday, you can catch us streaming on Sunday. And I say us because it's me and the best co-host on the internet, the best chat room on the internet, and mostly Barkeeper's artists. So that's a great time every Sunday, 7:30. What the fuck time do I do it? After all this time? 7 p.m. Pacific time, U.S. And we oftentimes can have some of our Australian friends in the room as well, because it's like daytime for them. It gets late night on Sunday.
Monday for us.
Yeah, it's Monday for them, for you guys.
And then it's Tuesday, the next day, the Blonde Juice show.
Oh yeah, you guys are experiencing that on Tuesday. That's right. Yeah. Tuesday. All right. Well, yeah. Check that out. And if you're unsleeping under a rock and it's like, what is all this Barkeepers talk? Just check us out at BARSKEPT at Bars Kept is where all the action is. Come check us out. That's all I got. Y'all got anything? Cool.
Listen to underground music, people. Listen to underground music. Stop just listening to what Spotify tells you to listen to. Look for the guy in your list that you don't know and listen to that.
Agreed. Hell yeah. There's no better way to end than that, man. This is so hip hop. You guys are so hip hop. I'm stoked to call you guys homies, and I'm stoked that you guys made your way over to our corner, and now is like, you know, it's just an all around better place to be. Stanky and Clutch is proof in their pudding. And I don't know why I keep doing this proof and pudding shit. I'm hungry. It's 7 p.m. I haven't eaten yet.
It is good. Can I give one more shout out?
Of course.
One more shout out. Dolphin Jones. He did the artwork for our album.
Oh.
That is all done by hand. He makes beats. He raps. He is an important hip hop figure down here in Melbourne. Again, like, we don't breach many borders, but if you're local, you know who he is. But he wants some amazing artwork done. Doesn't matter where you are. He will scan it and send it to you. And look at that. Brilliant.
It's so good. Yeah. And I won't go on a F the robot AI rant. We keeping it positive, but support real artists, yo. Support real musicians and real artists, illustrators and graphic artists.
The robot learns off us. Like, the robot learns off that art. The robot learns off us rapping. Like, maybe.
I call it stealing. For some reason, people think that the robot doesn't have a soul, so it's not possible for it to steal. Well, anyways.
I don't mind people just playing around with it. It's all good. I love robots.
All right. I'm not going to agree. But shout out to the homies, Impromptu, Tomcat, a.k.a. Stanky and Clutch. Let's go. That's all we got. We'll see you guys. You'll see us. We everywhere. Sundays listening sesh. We out. Oh, we international. I'll end on that. You know we international, baby.
Coming up from down under.
All right, we're out.